Hello, hello, happy Friday. Welcome to our witchy hangout. Thank you so much, Heather, already starting us off with the super chats. And for those of you who tune in every single week, I just wanted to say that Alex accidentally kissed me on the lips with my nasty lip gloss on just now. And he was like, I accidentally kissed you and it was my fault. And then Luna came in here and just like started wailing in sadness. So we're off to a good start this morning. I hope that you guys are as well. Good morning. So today we are doing a lovely juicy reading on what do they want. So I kind of feel like a grab bag energy, like people are asking about different like people or situations. So I'm interested to see what that is all about. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the piles and I'm just going to start holding these up. So pile number 1, we have the creator. It's pile 1. Of course, you can be drawn to more than one pile because maybe they want more than one thing or some bucket drama. I just saw that. Pile number 2 is the box. Thank you so much, Kirsty, for the $10 super chat. You guys are hitting this early. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm going to read this. She said, the last 3 years, you've helped my life so much. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad. And then pile number 3, the bridge. Pile number 3. All right. So, and I do just want to say thank you so much for those of you who were donating on the last video. I know I was saying like, cause I re-recorded pile number 2. So I spent like a little bit of extra time on it. And I just want to say like, I did get several donations from that. And I just want to say, if you donated, thank you so much. Okay. So we can like people's super chats. I didn't know that either. Okay. So here's pile number 1. Here is pile number 2. And here is pile number 3. Also, if you're having a reaction right now, this is a specific message to me, like kind of being distracted and like not kind of being cohesive in terms of like the piles. I think that's a message from your person of like, maybe they would just like you to stay focused, or they're looking for somebody who would just stay focused, or that might be like an actual message. Okay. Anyways, back on track. This is pile number 1 on this side, pile number 2, and pile number 3. All right, just do your thing. Breathe, meditate, be drawn into your stacks. Keep in mind that sometimes the way that you can be drawn into your pile can say a lot about your situation too. Kind of like just what I was saying about how my brain's kind of like been off track, and I didn't just kind of go down my little cohesive, like, let's just look at the piles thing. That's what I mean by that is like everything that happens in this space, in my opinion, is kind of like fair game. It could be speaking metaphorically to your situation or like symbolically or something here like that. So just pay it. I think that's another thing is like, I think what this person wants sort of lives and breathes in the unspeakables, or like the, it's kind of like all there in front of you is what I'm hearing, but it's like, we're just going to try to piece it together today is what I'm getting. That's interesting. But it's like in their body movements or the way that they kind of set things up, it is all kind of expressing what it is that they want. Okay. So, with that being said, let's move into pile number 1. Ugh. Okay. Interesting. I think I'm going to pull some cards here. I'm getting messages, but for some reason I'm feeling like insecure. Maybe that's a message. Okay, so pile number 1. What's pile number 1's person want, Spirit? What does pile number one's person want? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, there's a lot going on here. So first of all, right off the bat, what I caught was that we have the 7 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there's a lot of confusion over options here. And they want somebody who's ultimately like going to fit their needs. Whether this is romantic or for some of you, I'm feeling like this might be like on the job front or something like that, but it would be to do with some kind of like creative field. So regardless though, it's like this person, of course, wants to find their 2 of Cups. They want to find somebody who's going to meet their needs. And that to them has to do with equal give and take. And it has to do with maybe potentially money here as well. They're looking for somebody who is independent because this is a person who is wanting to like move away here from hard times, and they feel like they need to make some kind of decision here about this, but they don't feel like they have the truth here about something. So they're wanting to streamline something. They're wanting to make something simpler, and they might be okay. There's 2 different kind of like realms here to this. So I'm getting like 2 sides of the coin here, and I don't know which side you're on because I think you could be either one, like asking about this pile. But I'm getting somebody here who is like, they have a lot to offer, or they're like well established in something here, right? Like this could be a job, for instance, like in a creative field, like I was saying, or potentially like this is a person that you like that is maybe bohemian or very creative or something, but this is somebody who has like, you know, maybe their shit together still. Like just because they're artistic doesn't mean that they're not also responsible. It's like that kind of a person, right? And there's somebody here on the other side of things that I think I'm hearing the word potential. It's like they see a lot of potential here, like with this other person. And so I'm kind of getting, it's like they want somebody to look at them and look at their potential. Like when you look at this card, there's a man or a woman holding like a paintbrush, and they've made a single line, you know? So it's like, it's definitely far from being a full painting, right? So somebody here is like, look at my pretty line. Like, don't you see the potential in this? Or don't you see us as being the same? This person kind of doesn't want something like that. They don't want to live off of potential, like whatever this is. They want something tangible, something solid, and they're definitely looking for like skill or ability here in something. Again, whether this is a romantic relationship or whether this is some kind of something more pragmatic, like I don't know if you're like consulting with somebody, like I feel like it could have something to do with like creativity here as well. So you know your situation, but they want the 10 of Pentacles, right? So this is somebody that wants something solid. They're very, again, regardless of if this person is like a creative or a bohemian or like an artistic soul, they are still very pragmatic, and they want things to be like grounded in the material world. They want something here that is going to show results and be grounded. They want routine. And this is definitely a person who they're not like a gambler. You know what I mean? They don't want to have to take a gamble. They don't want, they want something. This is the type person that just wants to make like slow, steady progress, but like very consistently. And they want the routine to work, and they want the routine to be good, and they want people to be skillful around them. And it's like kind of put up or shut up is what I'm getting. It's like they want you to be able to kind of do what it is that you are saying that you're going to do. Again, regardless if this is romance, because we all have things that we need people to do in romance, right? Like, you know, we're looking for a partner to kind of share the load with, right? So it's like, I don't just want pretty dreams. I don't just want the fantasy. And this is also a person who might not like, they see themselves from... Like you might be looking at this person, again, romance or anything else, you might be looking at this person like, oh my God, like you're just everything, or like you're so fantastic, or again, like you're so bohemian. I'm hearing that Aristotle quote that says, true freedom is adherence to one's own standards. Like it's strict adherence to one's own like standards or principles. This is a person who has that pragmatic thing where it's like, you might look at this person and see, oh my gosh, that they have so much freedom. They actually don't, because this is a person who is like very, it's not that they don't, they have that Aristotle version of that, or that's what they're looking for. And that goes like, if this is a job situation, that goes to the independence of it. Can you adhere to your own strict like your own routine, your own principles, your own goals? Like, can you like adhere to that? That's what true freedom is. So this person, again, they don't have this airy fairy kind of like attitude about anything. They really want something that's tangible, and it's like put up or show up, you know, that kind of a thing here. So I think that's, and if this is, maybe they yeah, I don't know. They don't want to have to see the potential. I'm like, they don't want to train somebody. And I think yeah. And there could be something here where it's like they got burned in the past, because maybe this is somebody who, yeah, because this is Gemini energy, which can be friends. They want things to, okay, how do I describe this? Again, this is romance or like anything else in life. This is a person who understands that if you want to keep a relationship, again, whether like it's workplace or whether it's romance or friends or whatever, everything's got to function. Nobody can be resenting each other, right? So we've got to stick to the schedule. We've got to be like, if your job is to clean up and close up at the end of the night, you need to clean up and close up well, because if the morning crew comes in and they're all like angry at you because the floors, you just left the mop out and all the dishes didn't get done or like whatever, obviously that's going to breed resentment in your relationship. So this person has that very like kind of pragmatic kind of view. And I think this is a person who has a lot of goals. Like they have a lot of long-term goals, but again, it's not airy-fairy. It's not get rich quick. It's not overnight. It's like, I want the whole thing, but I'm like really willing to build it. And then I don't want to hold up the devil card because I'm just afraid of what YouTube is going to do, but you know what the devil card looks like. So that's what I have here, kind of clarifying this and as to why. And it's just because, the devil card energy really is Capricorn energy. So it can be business. It can be like, status or something, but also it could be this person, like they have bills, they have contracts, they actually have to like put up or shut up. So they don't have time. They don't want to have to be training you. Cause I think this might be you that I'm describing. And maybe you have this problem where certain people are attracted to you and it's like, they get really inspired, and I think this person here like has a creative soul and you might actually have this in common. But again, with the Six of Pentacles that's coming out here, like they don't want, like they need everybody to kind of know their position on the field. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like everybody here might have a creative soul, but it's like somebody could be further, like not as far on the journey. And so they're just kind of meant to be inspired here by this space. But this is also somebody who wants somebody who recognizes that you can't live on potential and your potential is your responsibility to develop. It's not it's not for you to take to somebody else and hope that they see the potential in you and then they take the responsibility for developing it. No. This person doesn't want to do that. So this is a person who it's like you might have, I'm kind of hearing stuff like we all consume art, right? Like think about like TV shows or something. We consume art, but just because I consume art doesn't mean that I, even though I like that world and stuff, part of the reason I like that is because I don't work in it. It's movie magic to me. It doesn't mean that I can be a screenwriter. Maybe if I tried to, like, I think I can write things, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's work and it becomes a skill and it becomes a craft. And it's like, I want to see the track work behind you that you care enough or you believe in your skills or this is the thing that you want. And so you have actually like done things. And this works for like romantic stuff here as well. It's like, okay, that you have like romance. This would be somebody who it's like, instead of building up like, I just heard equity, building up equity instead of building up a resume, your skill set, whether you go to college or not, like just making sure that you are skillful and that you're, you have a car and stuff. Instead, this is somebody who just like goes out to the bar every night, but they're just like, well, I have this infinite amount of potential. We used to have this commercial back in the day where I was from, and it was this woman and she was interviewing for a job and she kept saying, but I have a brilliant personality. And the interviewer kept being like, so how many years have you did? And I have a brilliant personality. And it was like a community college, advertisement or whatever. And so it was like, that's great, but that's kind of like the cherry on top. So this person, I think this person also understands that it's like, I think what makes this person unique, it's like this person's worked very hard, okay, for what it is that they have. And it's all Mercury and Virgo stuff, okay? That earth sign, that service oriented, that building up a skill, that minutiae, that I wake up at 8 a.m. and I go to bed at 5 p.m. You might not see this in this person because again, they have this strict adherence to their own routine and their own values. And because of that, they've managed to kind of finally bloom is what I'm getting. But I think this is the person who actually did the strong, steady, long-term thing. And so they've actually like developed their creativity. And for a lot of these people, I think it's actually, there's another quote that says, the true artist builds a masterpiece of his own life, right? But you can't skip over the root chakra stuff and the safety, security, the grunt work, the paying your dues like that. This person has paid their dues. But I think when people look at this person, they don't actually see that this person has paid their dues and they've like, I don't know, really, they value that. So this person knows like how hard that is to do. And they think this person or like whatever, they attribute their success to that, to the grit work, to the I'm not too good to do anything work, that kind of stuff. Like this person really, and they don't want to be like, I think this person's been betrayed or like let down or something here in the past. They've definitely like rested and recuperated, and they don't want that to repeat. And I think this is a karmic lesson here for this person, or there's karma that's involved here of like needing to make the right judgment call and needing to know what it is that you're looking for. To this person is certain that whether in their romantic life or whether this has to do with a different sphere of life, like like you're doing some kind of consulting work or whatever, they're absolutely certain that they need to be very matter of fact about, they're looking at your base. Okay. So, yeah, they don't, if you're interviewing, like say for this person, or even if you're going on a date with this person, if you want to know if you're truly compatible with this person, I wouldn't talk about the flower on the top of whatever your life is, because they can see that plain as day. But I would talk a lot about like, your routine and what's important to you and your values and how you are investing in that every single day. That's like, if you have it, don't fool this person. I mean, this person has, I think, been fooled in the past. And yeah, that's what they're not. And I think they might be overwhelmed with options too. Like, you know, not to intimidate you, but it's like, I don't know, like but this feels like it doesn't even necessarily mean that they're manifest. Although I think for a lot of these people, they have a lot of options like that are manifest, in whatever way, but there's a lot of confusion here about this. This person is definitely not like dopamine driven, that like, and they're not rushing into making a decision, but this person is thoughtful, I'm hearing, and they think very deeply about, I don't know what I'm even looking for. Like, what should I be looking for? This is a person who is working that out for themselves, and I think that they've already spent a lot of time. I think for a lot of you, I'm describing you here in this pile. But yeah, it's just, they've learned the hard way, I think, not to put really any stock in potential. Even if you have a lot of potential, they just feel that that's your responsibility to build that up. Like, you know, you should be investing in that. You shouldn't be relying on me to train you. I'm not trying to train anybody. I don't want to train anybody. I'm not to that stage of my life. And I'm very like, this person's like, I'm very clear on what I need to be spending my time on and my routine on. It's something I think very deeply about, that I'm in charge and I'm in control of, kind of a thing. Oh my gosh, she said, I'm waiting for her to look in the chat and see that most of us have said this is us. Yeah, well, great. So then I think if this is you that I'm describing, then the person on the other end of it, the thing for you to really take away, and I think, again, this is part of your karmic lesson and it's like a red flag, is they want you to look at this little line that they've drawn and say, pick me. I like you. I feel like you're a purple unicorn. I feel inspired by you. Don't you see the potential in me? They want you to look at this single line that they've drawn and be like, ooh, I haven't seen anyone who can draw a single line like that. I mean, the color, the skill, the natural technique, like, you know, that's what they want from you. And I think it is your job to just be like this is your karmic lesson where it's just like, you know, that's great. I'm so happy for you. I'm looking for somebody a little further along. Because somebody a little further along in their path is like somebody that you can kind of suss out how much of their engine is their engine, and how much do they rely on other people to kind of prop them up, or how much are they just trying to focus on veneer and really they're just moving the food around on their plate instead of actually they're trying to, just like we all did with our parents, like, no, see, I did eat my broccoli. And it's like, no, you didn't. You just pushed it around. F you in your line, bro. Yes. Nice. Like that Rick and Morty. Are you a simulation meme? Yes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's just zero in on this other energy then, because I am getting that. Like, you'll notice here in this creator card, like, it's like, wow, like colors, but then it's coming out of this like darkness energy, and it's like kind of reaching out. And I think that this is a person here who is quite burdened, actually. They're burdened. Oh God. I heard that they're burdened by the thought of their own existence. Like, just the this is like existential burden, but like I think it's trickling down obviously into like some kind of like actual burden on the physical realm, but it's like they're burdened with their own existence. They're burdened with like their own humanness and how to kind of like deal with it, how to like go about it. And they see that you aren't. They feel like, oh, you're creative. This person wrongly, if this or this type of people that like you draw in, they wrongly think life is easy for you, when what they're seeing, I think that, and this is the other thing, is like they just may not give you enough credit because this person hasn't dug themselves out of their own hole. Because I think that you've dug yourself out of a hole, to be honest with you. Your own mistakes and blunders you've taken responsibility for. So it's like, like I was really seeing that, like, again, with the routine card and everything, like, you've got it. Because I think you want your freedom here, which is another thing with the devil energy, and you don't want to be controlled by your lower natures and impulses. Well, I think this person is controlled by that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Drung. Thank you so much, Jess. Love you. Love your energy. Aw. Oh, nice. Yes. Okay. So, like, I really just think this person is like burdened by all of that stuff. You know, I don't know how, and this really could be like impulse control, like impulse buying, or they, this is Saturn in Sagittarius, right? So they feel a restriction in all those Sagittarian things. Maybe it is higher education. Maybe it is, it's the beast becoming man, right? Like they don't know how to do that. This person doesn't know how to, it's self-discipline. Oh, I feel like these people don't have self-discipline and they can't own up to that. And I think they have to kind of feel around and flounder around until they kind of realize that they have all of this potential, but their Achilles heel is they lack self-discipline. And I just heard motivation here as well. And so whatever their animal self is telling them to do, like, eat another bag of Doritos on the couch instead of looking for jobs, or, do this other thing instead of trying to build up your career set, go to the bar instead of like whatever. This person can't tell their animal self, no, we will not be doing that. Instead, we're going to do adult stuff. We're going to, focus on our future stuff. We're going to, this person feels burdened by that. And I think this might be a person who, if this person doesn't deal with this, this will compound into some kind of like overall chip on your shoulder kind of mentality, or like entitlement. But again, I think you've all kind of like dealt with this, and they just want somebody to save them, to be honest. Like this person, that wouldn't be a conscious thought in their head. They just feel like they're too big of a match for themselves, is what I'm hearing. Like this person's biggest enemy in life is themselves. They watch in this person if it's everybody else. The world is unfair, blah, blah, blah. And yes, the world is unfair. But this person's like saying this on the couch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the world is unfair, but it's like they use it as an excuse to not deal with their own animal like self. They feel like it's a mystery. And it all comes down to self-discipline. So they're very burdened, like this person, and they try to keep this a secret here as well. Again, this is entitlement. This is veneer. This is, look, mom, I ate my broccoli when like really they didn't. And so I think maybe this is like parent-child dynamic for a lot of you. And I think that you're kind of over that. So anything else here, Spirit? They want love to fix everything. They want sanctuary. Yeah. They are stressed. Like this person is stressed about like money. They're stressed about, they potentially, like beneath everything, this person is stressed out about they know that the balance is off in terms of giving and receiving here. And the irony is this person feels like they need to receive before they can give, but they know that they need to be giving more in order to balance certain things out. This person thinks that they're beneath you. So they want you to fix everything, but at the same time, they want to be a match for you. They want to be a partner for you. There's no reality involved in this. There's just no reality here. They want to be, but like, this woman is the strength, and I feel like that's you, and then this man is the fool. But he needs to admit that he's the fool. He can't. There's blockage here. There's a real resistance to just being able to say, I'm a fool. I'm hearing like, I'm a fool. I'm immature. I'm irresponsible. I'm incompetent. I don't know the way forward. Yes, like this is, somebody feels like, oh my gosh. But this is Saturn and Leo. So this is the victory card. This person just feels like they're going to be victorious. They just feel like they're going to be successful, again, because they only look at their own potential, but you can't live your life on potential, and you're going to be 40 years old and all you have is potential. And that's different, than, being 19 years old and having potential. That's a much different scenario here. And we got to start getting real, and we got to start looking at ourselves. And so this person, they think they're going to be victorious. But again, we've got the Saturn energies in the fire signs. So this person is learning a lot when it comes to their self-confidence, when it's appropriate and when it's not. Because it's not always appropriate to just feel always confident. Like sometimes you need to have a sit down with yourself, get real about yourself, and deal in that space. They're supposed to be building some kind of like fire force energy, but they've got a restriction on their success, on their victory, on their legacy, on their how they come off here in the world, because that's why there's karma involved, because this person just gets by on potential and veneer and, hey, look, mom, I ate all my broccoli, when really they're just getting creative. This is a misuse of the creativity force. They're getting creative about the stories they tell. And I think the ones here who are more lost than found believe their own BS, that they actually have been trying, or they actually have been this, or they actually have been that. This person needs to hit rock bottom themselves, and then they need to start taking full accountability for certain things. That's, now we got the fire force here, like with the Ace of Wands. They need to let this person is a betrayer. I don't think that they mean to be, but they are a betrayer. There's and they feel alien to themselves because there's two sides of themselves, but that's that shadow. This person really can't look at the fact that they don't amount to much, really. So they end up betraying other people. This, I'm hearing, I won't hurt you, that man is gone, from an Ingram Hill song. So this person, it's like, I won't hurt you, that man is gone. They need this old person, this shell of a person that doesn't do anything, needs to be gone. And that's their responsibility to dead the energy here. I'm not talking about deading themselves, not at all, but this old habitual way. And this person, the thing that holds this person back is their pride. So this person needs to be absolutely prideless. Like, if you're going to actually make this work with a person like this, whether, again, it's romantically or on the job front, they have to be absolutely prideless, and they have to be willing to have some kind of new beginning, because they've been in and out. They've been a page of cups, and they've invested a lot in this energy of just like, let me just ride on my potential. Let me just have everybody overlook my shit. And it's time to move on. And this might mean like taking a pay cut, or starting over, starting at the bottom. But that's, again, we have that's how the fire force, this person is devoid from reality, the earth element as well. So this person struggles in their fire element, and they struggle in their earth element, and they're very overwhelmed by the water element, but they need to move away from the emotional energy here. And also this person, like, when they think about their future, when they think about mindset, they only think about money, and they don't think about stability, foundation, or like assets, again, like the and routine and skill set and building, like, kind of slowly over time, which I think you have that perspective, right? That's what you want, right? With this earthy energy. But this person is devoid in the fire force and in the earth force. So instead, they get overwhelmed by their emotional energy. This person's entirely driven by their emotional self, but I think they think they're very logical, because they are constantly logicking around their emotions. Well, I feel bad. Well, I have an emotion. And then they use their logical mind to, like, logic around that instead of logicking right the F through it. This comes from childhood. This person needs a mentor. This person always thinks that they're right. So this person needs a big, huge slice of humble pie, or these types of people. And again, these are karmics to you. Look, Queen of Swords, just cut this shit out. Because this person brings, like, lack. They bring poverty, and they want you to save them. And again, this judgment energy, and then look at what happens to you. You're the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, like, you're holding on to a bum, and you're better off without them, is like what Spirit is saying. And it might be a tower moment, and it might cause a fight, but this is how, like, you are going to heal. And that's when this person's going to realize that you're a wish fulfillment to them. And maybe they're going to want to send you a message, but you need to be absolutely sure that they're bringing the truth, because the reality is you can't win in this situation. And this person has dug themselves into a hole where they can't win, because they're a betrayer and nobody can trust them, and they need to heal. Look, Spirit is saying this person needs to heal, and they might need to be alone for a while. Because anybody that they're with, I think they just kind of use as a crutch. Yeah. And also, like, they're saying that this person ends up being your problem. Like, I think that your mindset, your viewpoint, like, your self-discipline, it makes you, like, this person becomes almost, it's like you have 30 problems, but actually when you really look at your life, you have a single problem, and it's like this person, or having the shame of having such a partner, is what I'm hearing. And so the Queen of Cups, I always know, like, she has her cup energy here. She's the only one that has a lid on her cup of, like, you're not going to affect my emotions anymore, or potentially my cash flow anymore. I'm just, like, protecting this. It's just, like, coming. Yeah, justice. You might need to make a decision here, because it's not balanced, and it's karmic. If you know, for you to walk away from these types of people, this person, they think this is Aries, Libra again. And I do think that you're going to have a windfall, potentially here as well. And you got a lot of people looking at you, and, yeah, like, this is Aries, Libra axis, right? We don't get in a Libran partnership when somebody here isn't carrying the weight of being their individual self. And I think this is maybe something difficult, something hard for you to look at. It might be something that you need to heal from, rest from, and kind of replenish your own coffers here from. Because this whole situation feels very karmic to me. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so let me just see, like, Spirit, what's the advice here? Oh my gosh. I feel like some of you, it's like you keep looking for sanctuary, but it's like you're defending something here. And then this person that you're dealing with, if you're actually dealing with another person, for some of you, I think this is just the type of person you kind of get involved with because you fall for the pizzazz, you fall for the veneer, but really this person just doesn't really put up or shut up. They don't have that same attitude that you have, and it's going to be exhausting because this person doesn't hold themselves to the same standard that you hold yourself to. So that's why you're the giver in the relationship, because you in and of yourself, you're like, put up or shut up. Like, you won't buy your own BS. This person buying their own BS all day long. So, this person brings sanctuary, but yeah, you might be saying like, this is my sanctuary, but in reality, this is the poverty card. Yeesh. Okay. Anything else here, Spirit? I just heard you gotta get rid of these deadbeats. There might be a strong message coming in here. Oh my God, Libra. This is karmic. This is like a karmic situation. I'm hearing you want the scales balanced. Balance them yourself. There could be some kind of message coming in legally. There could be an argument. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There could be some kind of legal message. Somebody could get themselves in trouble with the law, and then you're going to have to be like, what? I'm sorry, what? Spirit is on this. Spirit is like rushing in here because you are having your heart broken on a regular basis, and you're the one feeling impotent, and you're not impotent here in this. So again, like, you have to take this message how it resonates for you, like which side of it you're on. So either somebody here wants, again, like I don't buy your potential, put up or shut up. Like, it's affecting my money, it's affecting my emotions, and none of it is within my control or my problem. The only control I have is to decide if you're the person I want to hire or you're the person that I want to partner with or not. That's where my control is. So by the time it's getting to me making a decision, that's where my decision is. It's a yes or it's a no. And so like if you're on that side of it, right? I don't know which side of it you're on here, right? Because yeah. He got rid of me. Well, that's probably the best thing for you. It's going to take law. Oh my gosh. These people are in all areas of my life. Yeah. And so this, I think this is, yeah. I think a big karmic thing that you need to understand is you have options. Okay. You have options. You have good options. But it's like when you're looking at these options, what things are you attaching to? Like what we were talking about in the beginning, like don't just look at the pretty little flower, the potential, or whatever beautiful, shiny story they're telling you. Look at somebody's actual ability to put up or shut up. Like, what do they actually amount to in their day-to-day life? What is it that they're putting their time, energy, and money and resources towards? Actually, practically, tangibly. These are things you can calculate in your tax return. These are things that you can calculate in terms of time. You can calculate these things. They have a weight. They have a gravity. So yeah, because somebody's here sneaky and they're stealing. This could be a thief of your time, a thief of your energy, a thief of your compassion, a thief of your kindness. Like I said before, this person's a betrayer. They might not want to look at themselves that way, but that's what they amount to. And that's a them problem. Yeah. Yeah. And this person's also competitive as well. And they have no right to be, I just heard. So they don't have the truth about themselves. And again, there's an over-reliance on the water element of emotions are going to fix everything or money is going to fix everything. But it's a mindset thing. It's a fire problem and it's an earth problem. So, okay. Let's see. Anything else about what this person wants? And then I'm going to move on. Never again. We need the contrast. Someone's going to jail? Maybe. Oh my gosh. Look, okay, we have hammock energy. Taking a vacation physically or mentally. You want to watch when someone's just kicked back with their feet up. Is it when you're stressed out? Is it when you don't have an emergency fund? Is it when, look, coins. Is it when you don't have money? This person should be stressed. Otherwise you are. And that's an imbalance. And look, dog barking, advice from a friend. You need to defend yourself. Triumph over troubles or obstacles. I feel like this is like me coming in to say like, you need to triumph over this. Look, under the hammock energy, we have dagger. Remember I said this person's a betrayer? Fear, worries, tense situations. So you have fears, worries, and tense situations, and this person has their feet up. I just wouldn't tolerate it. Look, beware of greed. and pay attention to your work. So this is, again, a person who might think that they're worth more than they are. Vacation. Why does all this vacation, guaranteed success, great worry over nothing? I wouldn't let this person be the one. This person who's not doing anything, that's not the person who should be saying, there's no worries right now, we're on vacation. That's not where that should come from. You have to do that because you don't have any control over the situation. And over their behavior. So you have to trust, but not if this person's not amounting to anything. This person should not be saying things like that. This person should be up. This person should be stressed. This person should be carrying the burden of their own personhood. So yeah. Okay. Let's be done with that. They won't acknowledge the black mold from their negligence. And I'm trying to break. That's what I'm saying. It's never again. We needed the contrast. He went to jail. Yeah. There might be some kind of legal recourse here for this person who is just, look at my potential, or just because, okay, have you ever heard the phrase that says, if you're good at making excuses, you're not good at anything else? That's what I feel like this person is good at. They're good at telling stories. They're good at and so because of that, they're not good at anything else. Will I get a job? Okay. Let's be done with that. We are done with that. Let's move along. Toy, toy, toy. Toy, 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 toy. People at work keep saying there's plenty of time. Okay. Let's move on here. I just heard, yeah, we're moving on up to the east side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up. Okay, pile number 2. What do they want? Maybe they want to move on up. But we have this box energy that's coming up here. And funny enough, I'm getting split energy so far, with these readings. So I feel I'm noticing we have the creative energy here in the background of this, which is again that creativity, expression, maybe more bohemian, but then we have this box energy, right? And this card is all about again, the routine, the normal, normal, routine, pragmatic, nothing flashy. Maybe this is consistency here as well, or having there be a process for things that everybody kind of understands, because again, the backbone of that creativity work, that's what the end result is. That doesn't mean that's what the process is to get there, right? In doing a creative job or something like that. No. Actually, the process looks way more like this box energy. So again, this person, I think, is looking for structure. They want something normal, something pragmatic, something I just heard statistics. Maybe this is where somebody's looking for something in statistics. They want, again, there's kind of a theme that's going on here. Okay, this person's definitely trying to navigate somewhere. That's for sure. They may want apps, technology, something here like this that can help them get from here to there. And that, I mean that metaphorically or potentially. This person feels maybe they're new at something here as well. So they want a path forward, and they want it to be foolproof. They want it. Yeah. This person just wants a plan, and then they want to stick to the plan. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's kind of carrying over here from pile number 1, but let me see. I'm wondering if that was it, because remember how we were picking up on y'all's energy in pile number 1, and a lot of you are saying that, and then I kind of switched over. I feel like this energy, we might have kind of covered pile number 2 already, just letting you know, towards the end of pile number 1 for anybody watching this on the playback. So let's see. What does this person want, Spirit? What does pile number 2's person want, Spirit? It's this person wants to get somewhere because they want the result after. Is what I'm getting. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of getting this is the person on the receiving end here. They don't want to be a letdown. That's what I'm getting is this person wants to put up or shut up. This person wants They want victory. They want success. They want the happy family. They want the happy, like, marriage. But look, this Queen of Cups looks disappointed here. And then we've got this Two of Cups where these people are, like, hugging and coming together. And remember, I was talking about in pile number 1 about, like, the woman is the strength and the man is the fool. And he wants to be her love, and he wants to be her support, and he wants her to lean in, like, to him and, like, you know, be able, like, he's like, they're there, like, you know, I got you. But he understands. I think this is a person, maybe they have been loudly messaged. So this person might be a little further along than, like, that complete deadbeat energy that we were picking up on in pile number 1. This person may have been, like, loudly messaged here, and they started realizing that they were this Page of Cups. So this person is trying to formulate a plan here. That's why I'm picking up on that energy so strong. It's like they want a plan, okay? But it's not up to you. I mean, for some of you, this could be a child, okay? And so their prefrontal cortex is not built up, and you may need to come up with a plan. Because that might be the issue, is like this person doesn't have a plan, or they don't have, like, again, a pragmatic, realistic understanding of their skill set or what their skill set could be, or like something here like that. But this person genuinely does care about you here in pile number 2. Like, they don't want you to be stressed. They don't want you to put, like, your love and your fish and all your goodies away. They want to be there for you. Like, this person wants to know what the potentials and the possibilities are, potentially, like, with you, potentially with, like, what's going on. And they want to move away from difficult times. And this person, oh God, like, this looks so dramatic to me, like, in regards to this situation. But it's like they want to move away from difficult times. They're willing to carry the burden of that. I think this person is realizing he's carrying the Four of Swords, which is like a resting card. It's like, you know, but again, he looks like burdened by this. So I think this person realizes that it's going to be a burden, and I think it'll feel that way until this person kind of turns it around and they start to know how good it feels to, like, actually get traction and to be the master of your own ship. But yeah, this person doesn't like the look of themselves right now. So this is somebody who's actually, like, reckoning with this, like, and I think they're going to change it. Like, I do think this person is, they've invested too much in the wrong things, and that might be literally, I don't know, but they want some kind of, like, new perspective here. And they have to, this is the person where I feel like they heard everything that I said in pile number 1, and they're actually doing it. Not that they heard literally me, but I feel like this person's been very loudly messaged by the universe of, like, move it, get it the fuck moving. Like, and again, like, maybe it is, I know some of you are saying that there's, like, legal proceedings going on here. Round of applause to me for walking away. Yes. Why is tarot no longer applying to your situation? I don't know if you're talking about tarot overall or just particular readers. But it could be that they want, potentially, they want you up and, like, taking some kind of, like, action, or maybe tarot's become a crutch. I don't know. That's, yeah. What's going on? Haven't heard from him. Yeah. You just could be going through a period of time where your guides don't want you listening to the tarot. Instead, they maybe want you, I said this, I'm sorry, we're getting derailed here, a little bit, but, in order to resonate with their readings. Interesting. Yeah. But I had this come up, maybe this is a part of the reading. I had this come up in the comment section where somebody else was saying the same thing. And I did get a very, like, visceral message here for her, but I think I really was getting that she needed to put the tarot down for a while because she wasn't listening internally to herself, and she was kind of outsourcing the intuition, which we all outsource certain things, like, at certain periods of time. But so it could be that your guides are wanting you to really, like, connect in with yourself, or there's something else that they want you to be doing. But we go in and out of, like, cycles and periods of time. So maybe do that for a while and then check back in and see if it's actually being helpful. But tarot is a tool like anything else, and you've got to be able to use the tool, like, appropriately. What I don't like is people kind of, like, saying these things in the comment section, and it always makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong, or that it's somebody else's problem outside of them trying to navigate their own life situation. And of course you have a question, and you know, we're trying to answer that and everything, but yeah, you're going through a review, kind of like a debrief period. Yeah. readings have been focused more on the others in my life rather than myself. Yeah. And yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's like, it's not resonating with you, but it's resonating with other people in your life. And that's the most important message for you too. But it's just kind of trying on these different hats and seeing like what resonates with you when you kind of say like, should I be putting this down, or does this apply to other people? And is this helpful for me? But it's putting on that creativity hat of like, well, what is going on? Because potentially, and this like always happens with me too, that's actually tarot opening a deeper door for you of like, this is how this gets used in a deeper other kind of a way. That could also be happening here as well. It's a journey of knowing thyself. Absolutely. Okay. So getting back here to pile number 2. Okay, tower moment. Okay, I just feel, I keep getting the same message here with this person, that this person's been very loudly messaged here. And about like things in their past. And like, Tasha, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I just keep getting that this person, what they want, maybe for this person's higher self, they wanted a tower moment. Like they could have actually, because I'm hearing this person's sick of their own shit. This is a person who's sick of their own shit. And they might have just wanted a tower moment. This person, and that could be anything. This person could actually be manifesting some kind of like really hard ass boss, that's going to be like, just like put up, shut up, da 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 da. Like maybe they're doing that. It's like very military is like kind of the energy that I'm getting, because I think this person's just like, they want to offer something. They want to have something tangible to offer. They want clarity, they want fun, and they want enjoyment, and they want the love of their life is what I'm hearing. And they know that they need to let go of certain things here. There's definitely something here in this person's past. It may be linked to somebody's sexual here from their past, where these behaviors come from. But there's also like some kind of anxiety here. Or again, it's like this is their own habits, like forming relationships in their past. Again, because they're showing up as the magician of look how many skills I have. But again, the magician to me, like this magician is legitimately skillful. So maybe this person is legitimately skillful here, but it's like it's just a performance. It's just a display. Like I'm just seeing a peacock. It's just they're peacocking, and that's worked for this person in the past. And that's appropriate at the beginning of a relationship, whether that's a work situation or otherwise. This person's just used to peacocking and not getting them everything that they want. And so now it was so successful for them that they have to actually take the next step into developing their skill set and actually making sure that their skill sets bear weight and are functional, kind of a thing. Oh, me too. See, I love it when people are like, roast me, amigo. Like, this is me. I can accept it, even when it's hard. Yeah. So it's because this person may well be very talented. They may well be genuinely like skillful in multiple like areas. This also could be a person who goes out and gets a degree every other second. Like they finish one degree. They're like a perpetual student or something. And you're like, why don't you go out and like actually get a job? You could get a good job with the degree you have. And they're like, but I just need to, they kind of keep kicking the rock down the road because they know what they're good at. And what they're good at is maybe acquiring skills, and that has gotten them some kind of praise or like accolade. Maybe even like being a student has gotten them praise or accolade. And maybe they have, unbeknownst to them, kind of like formed an identity around it. But I just feel a trepidation of this person, like taking like the next step, like for themselves for some reason. Drag them. Such a person of death that I see through the peacocks, and I immediately like, no, it is my son. He's a Taurus and he will not leave. Oh man. Yeah. So what needs to happen for this person? I just saw the Fool card. What needs to happen for this person to like take the next step? Okay. I literally saw the Fool card, and then I saw the Knight of Pentacles. So it's literally just trust. It's just, the Fool card always makes me think of like the little baby bird that has seen all these birds flying, its whole little, like when it can start peeking over the little nest, sees all of them doing that, and realizes that literally there's no way of getting to that next step without him or her flinging themselves out of the nest. Like when they feel like the time is right. It's sink or swim time, right? Like, so that's what I'm getting. It's like, it does require a little bit of that get up and go, like Fool energy of just like, all right, everyone else is flying, so are we. Like, and then it's that Knight of Pentacles energy after that, just one foot in front of the other. All the stuff that we were saying that you guys are really good at in pile number 1. It's just put one foot in front of the other. Trying to move a cow. Yeah. And it's, yeah. There's issues of like respect here as well. Like maybe pride with the emperor. Like, this person may honestly, to be honest, they may need, like I was saying before, like a rigid type in their life that is like, you are the Page of Cups. Tell me why that is. Like, you are the Page of Cups. Stop. Like, you know, there's a respect issue here. And they need somebody to be that hard energy where the buck stops, because they can't win doing this. They can't win, and they've never been able to win is what I'm hearing. They've never been able to win doing this, but they just get these tiny little dopamine. It is like a dopamine hit. They just get this tiny little like hit of validation or something, and that's just enough for this person to kind of keep them going on. But this is the King of Wands. So there's like a respect issue here where they need to stop getting respect for that's what it is. Oh, like I think, that might be tough. They need to stop getting respect for not doing anything, basically. They need to be more independent. Look, and then we've got the Justice card, and we've got the Judgment card. There needs to be a final judgment here. And we've got the 5 of Pentacles again. This is poverty. This is madness. Or like, yeah, life is not... I just feel like this person needs a swift kick in the ass, to be honest. I'm not saying that needs to be from you. Like, that's something you need to decide whether or not, like, you're capable of doing that. Also dealing with a Taurus. I'm crying. It might really be me. I know it's time for me to move out of my parents' place. Now that I'm in a place to do that. It's a person that flared him up so much. Yeah. So, like another side note, I've been watching this guy. He's called Caleb Hammer. And he is firm, but he's very matter of fact. He is that kind of kick in the ass, like sort of a person where he just doesn't let people like hide behind like their excuses and stuff. He just really doesn't. But he goes over people's finances and like tries to help get that, like make them a plan to get them out of debt. And he's just like very matter of fact. Some of you like might want to watch him or like his energy, and he's not mean about it, but he is just like very matter of fact of like, this is the end of the road. Like, you know where this ends up. And he's like, his big thing is like, it's just math. Like, it's just math. You can't argue with math. Like, we've done the numbers here. And if you keep doing this indefinitely into the future, here's where you're going to end up. It's reminding me of the death ghost guy in A Christmas Carol. The one that's like all like hooded and just like points at the tombstone. That guy. This person needs that guy, you know, to kind of say, this is where you're going to end up. This is where this road ends, you know, kind of a thing. Yeah. Yeah. You listen to him too? Yeah. Consequences. Yeah, triggered him. He pulled away and acted out. I mean, that's really, to be honest, that's the precipice this person sits on. Are they going to be triggered? And again, that's that overabundance of emotional energy and the lack of fire energy, which is confidence and dharma, personal, I will get stuff done in the world. And then that earthy energy of like, again, tangible, practical. If it's not showing up tangibly, we're not letting ourselves think that it's practical or tangible, right? So this, again, it's like they sit on that precipice of, is this going to trigger them and they're going to be that like kind of king baby energy, or is it going to push them? Is it going to kick them into the ass, like towards doing what they know that they need to do? And this person also like, yeah, this is a person who just, they might kind of feed off of people just being too soft on them, or like expecting people to be too soft on them. Watch who this person surrounds themselves with, because it might be softer types, but it's just another layer that this person kind of creates around them where they can like kind of hide from themselves, you know? This is a hard one. I feel like this is people that you're dealing with, but yeah, okay. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles towards the Hierophant. For a lot of these people, I think they want to be married. Like, with the box, like they want something normal. This is a person who wants like a normal life. They want the routine. They just want something normal, you know? And this is a big part of this person's karma, I think, like, you know, and they're human just like all of us, right? But this is like just the Nine of Pentacles, just showing up every day, just being practical, just being pragmatic, doing the hard thing, doing the tough thing, doing what's expected, like the bare minimum of what's expected, and like moving forward, like to the Hierophant energy. I think this person may also have like certain principles, like higher order morals or principles that they want to live up to. But if they're getting real with themselves, to whatever degree that's necessary, because I know we tend to forget this sometimes, but with tarot, all the messages are on a gradient, right? So it's like, and a lot of times they come out, I like to say high contrast, like very black and white. And that's so that you can see the pattern, right? So like I'm using like I'm very matter of fact language because I know what the cards are showing me. But if you apply this to your life, this might be at a 3 or this might be at a 10, right? Like I don't know like what's going on here for your situation. So don't let it flare you up. If it's just a little bit of this and it's like, thanks for the redirection. This is like the little kick in the ass I needed. I'm going to apply this and I'm just going to get myself back on track, thanks. Like somebody might need a little kick in the ass here, but for some of these people, they need a major kick in the ass. And they have to decide if they're going to be the builder or the saboteur. This gets down to their karma. Is this person going to be the builder or the saboteur? Are they going to have happiness or are they, it's like, are they going to have this happiness here or are they going to be like on the outside looking in, being angry, like trying to send some type of message here? And they're trying to get some kind of 2 of Cups energy out of this, like, again, this is a misuse of the fire energy here that I'm getting with the 8 of Wands. Yeah, so I think this person needs to spend some time alone or you do. Maybe that's it, or you do, in order to potentially reevaluate what's going on. Okay, let's just see. Advice here for this person. Yeah. Stacking funds. And while going through the initiations, did it give me the green light? Nice. Okay, so to start, we have the Justice card again. This is so karmic. There's a lot of karmic energy that's just bubbling to the surface here, like right now in piles number 1 and 2. So there may need to be a conversation had, like if this affects other people. And then I always notice in this card, like we've got the king and the pauper. So again, it's like where somebody's been pretending to be a king, they're actually a pauper. They need to actually own up to that. This is the conversation that needs to be had. They may need to, somebody here might need to prostrate themselves in front of somebody and just say, look, I'm sorry. Like I have been like fucking up and it's put everything out of balance, and any problems that we have like, I recognize it stems from like whatever this is, like my own behavior, or at least my portion of the problems. And like, I'm not going to focus at the shared space. That's not how we deal with Libra and stuff. I have to focus on the me space. I have to be doing my part of it and you do your part of it. And that's how things balance out like between us. Instead of just talking about the together space. And then we think, because that's kind of, I am doing a bad job of explaining this, but I'm seeing like the Libran scales. And then it's like couples will come together or like have a conversation, again, whether this is romantic or in business, have a conversation about what's lacking or what's not going on here. And then this person thinks, oh, well, I need to fix it in the Libran space. No. You come together, you figure out what's going wrong. And then what needs to be fixed within each of the individuals, that becomes that individual's responsibility. That's what's going to even things out here. But I feel like there's been one person where it's like you touch base, you think you're on the same page, the words are all right, the sentiment is all correct, but then again, like it just, when it comes down to the actions necessary in the moment, but also like that build up over time, that's what's causing the problem here. So if you're and if you're on the other side of this and you're beating your head against the wall and you're saying, I'm doing everything that I can do and I still feel stressed out and nothing changes, then consider that somebody here is like not pulling like their side of the weight necessarily. So we've got 2 major karmic cards here. We've got Saturn and we've got Libra. Saturn actually exalts in Libra. Okay, so it's not all bad news. Like this person has the ability. In pile number 1, maybe they didn't, okay? But like this person has the ability. They just need that wake-up call. They need, and for some of them, this is a legal like repercussion here of some type. But they're supposed to go from the Magician. Let me just cover her up here. They're supposed to go from the Magician to the World card, because you still have all of the, in this deck, you still have all the tools that you have in the Magician, but they're brought to fruition and they're integrated. Saturn to me is always an integration card, and Saturn is incredibly earthy. So we're taking the skills and we're integrating them in with the earthly plane. And you're not, if you are pile number 2, you're not considering yourself a success unless you see movement in the material plane in some kind of measurable, tangible way. That's when you know that you're kind of, we can't live in the land of like potential or like not at this current time, we can't. You can have all the potential you want, but then like create an actionable, like tangible plan to get yourself to that potential. Does that make sense? And only when you start seeing the dial move on that, again, in a real tangible way, like you've gotten your certificate, you've gotten the job, you've solved the problem, only then are we saying, yes, that's our new metric of success. Because I think the metric of success with this pile was pushed back to respect. Just of like when you say out loud what your plan is, or that you have a certain skill, or that you are in a certain program, that gives you respect. And that's all this group wants, I think, is respect. So it's karmic in the sense that in the long run, you're not going to get that if you're not actually putting those things into practice. That's what it feels like the karma is here. That eventually this kind of like trading on one's potential is going to run out, and you're going to have people that leave or that fire you, or that because they're expecting this to translate over into some kind of like real world something here. But this is pile number 2 has it in them to do it. They just need a judgment call here. They just need a real life awakening, and they need to take the reins of making sure that they're staying in line. They can't be outsourcing that to other people. Although potentially if this person is a boss, or if they do have a partner that's willing to take that on, and that's part of your dynamic or something. But this person sort of needs like an authority figure. Nice. Okay, another thing that I want to say here, because what Catherine said kind of reminded me of this. I think sometimes, like, this is a group that you don't want to fall prey to, like spiritual bypassing or other types of bypassing. And I think sometimes, as I'm just saying this, like, as a member of what I consider like a spiritual community, I think sometimes we forget that life itself is spiritual. Like, being here, living a human life, being able to engage with like your own human self, that is spiritual. So we can have our like manifestation stuff. We can do all of that, but we need to be interacting with life in a real practical, tangible way. This is the school. These are the tools, So if you're not seeing the dial move on certain things, like, do apply yourself to that process fully and completely, as if it's your spiritual. That is your spiritual practice, like at that point in time, because there's a karma there, right? There's a karma there. There's a lesson there for you. And when you figure it out, that to me is so much more rewarding. Like in my spiritual experience, it's something that like flows outwards into the world around me. It's not separate from that, So I think like it's worth reminding each other every once in a while, like that life, doing life itself, and self-actualizing in that way, and trying to become the best people that we can, really, truly, fully, and tangibly, that is the spiritual journey. That is why we incarnate here, So try not to be discouraged. If this is resonating with you, like, this might be difficult, but hopefully this is the kick in the ass you need on whatever level, whether it's a 3 or like, thanks, Jess, like, thanks for reminding me. Or just if it's a 10, if it's like, I am way down the wrong path and I need to get real with myself yesterday. I hope this is, what that is. Okay. Cause there's healing available. There's healing available, and you can absolutely reach your goals, but it's the elbow grease. It's the Saturn. It's the routine. It's the obstacles potentially here as well. That's another thing I'm supposed to tell this group, is that the obstacles that are put in your path are not arbitrary. They're not random. They are the exact obstacles where if you interact with that obstacle well, and you learn how to not just sweep it under the rug or disarm it in some way, but if you actually learn how to deal with it, then you yourself now have the skill that you need to move yourself forward, right? You then have the skill set that you need. So these obstacles are the way. You're building up certain muscles that you haven't used in a while, but those muscles are going to be required when you get closer to the top of reaching the peak and the goals that you want. This is a group, pile number 2. You actually can meet your goals. You can. You have everything. You just need to jump out of the nest. It just feels like, to me, like just one big hurdle. That's what it feels like. And I know I'm oversimplifying this for this group if you really are resonating with it. Like it feels like that, get out of the nest and then put one foot in front of the other. And it might not seem glamorous, but once you start seeing that needle move in the material world, it is going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. But this is a group with simple wants. Like, you do have simple wants, simple tastes, and simple desires. Like, you just want to have a good routine. You want to have like a good family life, a good home life, a good partnership. You want to apply yourself. You want to kind of like build certain things up, but I think it's scary for some reason. Why is it scary? It's like scary to apply yourself because of the rejection and because of like the lack of respect. Why is it scary? Something about this is scary. I'm just throwing this out there. I get so scared doing these tarot readings because I feel like I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Like, I hope that I'm not hurting anyone's feelings. And I sometimes get so distracted with the message. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what it's saying, that like I just say it, and I should maybe be like buffering it a little bit more. And if you're still here and this is like you, and I just hope that you're doing okay. And like, I hope this isn't coming off like I'm judging you, or I'm saying like you're a piece of shit because like you don't have your life together or something like that. Like, I don't feel that way. And sometimes it's like I'm so focused on trying to figure out exactly what it's saying and then getting you the truth that I feel like potentially could help you here in your situation, that I forget to be like gentle and kind. In a way that I normally would be in conversation, because reading the tarot, it's like I'm not in conversation with you. I have to sort of detective and like figure it out. So I have like my left brain very, very active, and my right brain is very active, and I'm trying to figure this out and then like explain it. And I feel like I've had a win whenever I explain it, but I just hope that it's okay. Okay, so yeah, the Page of Pentacles. This is just getting started. Oh my gosh. This is a group that can have it all. I want to like infuse that. You can go from the 10 of Pentacles, or you can go from the Page of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. You can. This is a group that is very, very talented. Like, I think you're talented and you're skillful, and you just need to apply yourself. But I do think that it's like, in some way, maybe you poured out the higher cup here from Spirit because you thought it was like a mystery, or you thought it was woo-woo or something, but then like behind it is the Ace of Pentacles. And it's independence, because you're using your skill set here to actually make your dreams come true. Yeah. So I just want to re-infuse that hope and positivity here. This is a group that absolutely you can be massively successful, but I don't mean that in terms of like, I mean genuinely successful. I mean like not having debts and living a comfortable life, which is what this group wants. Like, this is a group that I don't think you have expensive tastes. I just think that you want to live a good life and you want to be comfortable. That is all well within your grasp. It's all well within your reach. I think it's just getting over this like one hurdle. And I hate even to say that it's one hurdle, because it's like it's one hurdle, but then you got to keep like showing up and keep doing it. Okay. Personal element is removed. I totally get that as a reader. The personal element is removed with tarot. It really, it's just, yeah. Also like teamwork, but I'm hearing teamwork makes the dream work, but it's like this is another thing that I'm getting that I don't think you can really account for within yourself. It's like when you start showing up and actually applying that skill set, and people are actually seeing real results come from your skill set, I don't think you quite realize, like, you're going to have at least, I'm getting like 2 other people that are very competent and also solid in their skill set, and they're going to be attracted to you because you're going to be vibrating on that level, but also it's the put up or show up, because everybody here that's involved, you're going to build with somebody, basically is what I'm getting. You're going to build with somebody, and whoever it is that you're building with because they're also the total package, and they're also, it's the bioavailability quality. Does that make sense? So because both of you, I always kind of think of this with like iron in the body. Okay. So like if you have an iron deficiency, it's not just a matter of pumping yourself full of iron, because you can eat as much iron as you want. It needs to be something called bioavailable, meaning your body can actually use it. It can actually access it. Well, it needs vitamin C in order to be like accessible. So you have to make sure that you're getting enough vitamin C as well. Because if you're having issues with, you've got to kind of decipher these things out, right? So you have the skill sets, you have the raw materials. How do we make it bioavailable in your job, in your life, around you, right? That's the only thing. And so once you've done that, I don't think what you're not counting on, what is not going to potentially happen here, is that Spirit's gonna basically, you're gonna teamwork. You're gonna build something with somebody else. Whether that is a partner in business or a partner in love, and you're both gonna want to build with each other and invest in that space happily and readily. And there could be even a third person here, is what I'm getting, because everybody sees the results driven nature of everyone else's life. You're not taking a hope on potential. You're not, nobody's asking that of anybody else here, because if you start by asking somebody to just take a risk on you on potential, you're already starting 1 foot down. So I just feel like you're going to have help that comes in, is what I'm trying to say. It's like, you have all the skills that you need. You really do. You just got to take that leap of faith, and you got to push the marker of success further back than just getting respect. Because I feel like that shuts something off. It's like, well, okay, somebody respects your resume enough and it gets you in the door, but then you sit back on your laurels or something instead of showing that person what it is that you can do. You know, I think your life's gonna like really start to take off whenever you do that. So I'm gonna leave this one alone. My friend made an altar praying to folic acid so she could absorb it better. Oh my gosh. No worries about being too harsh. If there's anything that will distinguish me from a level 10, it's my ability to hear real criticism. There you go. Yeah. I'm going to say that again because I think it's actually important, but it's like Kate was just saying, like, no worries about being too harsh. If there's anything that will distinguish me from being a level 10, it is my ability to hear real criticism. So that also might be a marker here of like, if you can't even like hear the criticism about it, then it might be more of a dire situation than is necessary. And I'm hearing Caleb in my mind. He always says this tagline that says, not having an emergency fund is an emergency. And so like there might, again, I feel like the goalposts do need to move here with this group a little bit of like, not just with the respect factor, but also with like what qualifies as like kick it in gear emergency. Because again, it feels to me like you're looking at the partnered space or a shared space and you're saying, this is all fine. This is all well and good. But actually when you look at your space, it's not fine and everything's on fire and it's not well and good. And that equates to a mooching situation, and it's going to build resentment in the shared space. And I feel like it's almost, maybe this is what the big message is. It's not until the shared space starts to be tainted with that poison that you start to realize, well, I gotta deal with this. Then you realize that there's a problem and that the problem is in the you space. So there also needs to be a kind of a self-awareness check, right? Jenny, thank you so much for the super chat. Get some yummy lip gloss. Oh my gosh. Yes, I will. So, yeah. Trying not to use respect as a goalpost. Yeah. Nice. Oh, nice. Okay. Good. Janae just said that she has a high pain tolerance. I grew up in a family where I was always blamed for everything. And I was definitely challenged for being a truth teller. So even though I felt like there was a truth that I needed to tell, even if it was just about myself and what I was dealing with, I always felt like I had to spend 10 extra hours figuring out how to get around, trying not to trip on everybody's little delicate little thing, and I'm really good at it. When I put my mind to it, I'm really good at it, but it's so draining and it's so exhausting, and it's taken me until today years old to realize I just don't want to have to do that. I'm good at it, but I shouldn't have to do that. Yeah. Sage is raging right now on its own. I cleared it. Oh, nice. Hate walking on eggshells. Yeah. Talking the subscriber to the whole level this Friday. It's so draining. It is so draining. So, again, this has to do with getting yourself online, but it's the way that you relate to yourself. So we've talked about, I just want to bring this back to pragmatic steps. Self-awareness, having a realistic feedback loop within yourself, whereby you can realistically and pragmatically understand your standing in the world. That includes in your job, in your position, it includes in your partnerships, it includes and you doing that gives you a genuine, realistic perspective of how your partner views you, of how your boss views you, right? Because again, I think there's two goalposts I think that need to change here. One is not having respect is not a goalpost, not anymore, right? You toss out a skill set that you have or a program that you've been a part of, and people are like, wow, and then that's enough for you. That has to stop. You have to move the goalpost further back, and it has to be connected to actual, tangible, practical results. You have to get excited when, I'm just picturing somebody who went to inventor school. I know that's not a real thing, okay? But you went to inventor school It's like, wow, so then this company wants you to be an inventor for them. So then don't get excited just because you got your foot in the door and like now you work for the inventor company. Be excited when your first invention actually, like, you've built it, you've pitched it, they like it, it's being sold, it's helping people. That's the pragmatic, tangible results. My degree, my training that everybody was so impressed by actually became something, right? Kate, thank you so much for the super chat. Like move that goalpost. The other goalpost is whenever you're looking at your life and how well things are going, in whatever way you're expected to pour into things, right? Energetically or monetarily or what your contribution. You need to understand that you have a contribution, okay, to whatever it is. Energetically, this could be household chores, this could be like I don't know what your particular situation is, so just apply it how it needs to go, right? So I think the everything's on fire emergency mode, you don't have a realistic understanding of where that is in terms of your own contribution, because I think you're always looking to a partnered space or a shared space and you're saying everything is fine here. But you're not giving, this actually equates to you not giving people around you enough credit as well, because everything's fine here. But then when you zoom in on like, well, what it is that you should have your own systems kind of, again, up and running and everything with you should be functioning well. So if it's not, if you're not contributing to these spaces, eventually that's something that's going to take time to build up, whether that's an issue, there's like there could be a hole in the bottom of something. So it's like draining out energy, time, compassion, love from other people. It's going to take time for that to kind of wear down. Right. And so you can't be surprised when it does. Like the time for it to wear down isn't like, let me not do anything till it gets to the wire. And then now all of a sudden everything's on red alert. And now we have to kind of figure out where the problem is. And, oh no, the problem is on my side of it. Or like, I know that there are problems, like maybe the total problem's not on your side. It's like, I know that there's some issues on my side that I could have been better at doing. Like the time between, it's kind of like an emergency fund actually, but it's the compassion, it's the empathy, it's the care, maybe that somebody gives you to get your stuff together, whether it is in a job or whether, that if you're depleting that, you're already on a tick in time. That's the time, that's emergency mode. That's when you need to kick it into gear. Because resentment is building and questioning is building and your reputation is tanking and all that stuff. So we have to move the goalposts here with pile number 2. But what pile number 2 wants is they want very simple things. They want steady, stable job, routine, house, family, all of that. And it's well within your reach. And I think even more with this group, because I saw you going from the Page of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. Like you can do that. It's just a matter of kicking your own bootete. Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. My tail is so on fire. Okay, I hope you don't hate me after this. And I think this is also something that I'm almost demonstrating, and I think it's important for you to see, is that it puts people in an awkward position if they have to talk to you about this stuff. And you might have people around you that are feeling like they really love you a lot and they like having you around and stuff, but it's like, are you going to hate me if I say like what the elephant in the room is? And again, that's, you kind of get on these like cycles with people where, they feel responsible for just telling about their experience. Like, look, this is really hard to deal with. Or like, yeah, everything's fine in the shared space because somebody's been working overtime here. And that's not a sustainable way to be, and it seems like it's okay with you. And that actually makes me hate you quite a lot. And I don't know how to talk about any of this because I don't want to hurt your feelings, or I don't want to trigger you, or I don't want you to blow up, or I know this might be a touchy issue. Like, so for some of you, it's like, that's another thing to just kind of keep in mind here. Yeah, me too. This is taking a different turn. But it's pragmatic stuff, and I tend to read for pragmatic people, to be honest. Like, again, this could be applied to romance, or it could be applied to work. This person wants a partner, is what I'm getting. Actually makes me hate you. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's move on. I just want you to know that, like, I feel like I messed up in pile number 2 because the message was hard. This is something I try to describe in my readings. It comes through sometimes. I feel like I messed up because the message was hard, but it's like the message was hard and it needed to be said. And then it puts me in a confusing spot. Again, I still think this is a part of like the loop cycle of like, I don't know. been kind of just crying about it today because crying equals healing. Yes, it does. Hello, welcome. I love it though. It's raw. Okay. All right. I know, and I'm not saying this to guilt you into liking it. I know that I'm not everybody's reader and that this might be a lot for some people. And hopefully that was just the kick in the ass and it's not going to come through anymore. That's how I feel when I said what I did and he flared up. Now I've shut down. Don't say anything. Yeah. Because if you take off of other people's plate too much, that's when they get a close down and a get away, because they have to protect their own reserves at that point. Because if you have somebody else who is doing all those things where they're kind of saying, look, like, I know where my buffer is, I know where my emergency fund is, and if we've gotten to the point where we're hitting that, this is serious, right? This is an emergency. Like, for this person, they're not waiting for it to like actually get down. So you might be looking on someone else's plate and saying, you could last a little bit longer, or I don't know. Anyways, I want to move on from pile number 2 so badly. Okay, Janae, thank you so much for the super chat. Your lip gloss will always be popping in my book. Thank you for reading me to filth. I'm better for it. Okay. And I just want you guys to know that I love you guys and I'm invested in your human experience. And I am not a perfect person and I have my own issues. And I also know that Alex and I were having a conversation the other day of like moments in time that were actually really difficult. But like, I can think of this one conversation that I had with someone where they kicked me in the ass. I was in 7th grade and they just like really told me the absolute truth about myself. And it's something that even to this day, it has made me who I am. It's one of the core principles of who I am now. And if he hadn't been there to just like tell me that in 7th grade, then I don't know who I would be. I literally don't even know who I would be like here in this moment if I hadn't have integrated that lesson. Thank you so much, Intuitive Advice, for the super chat. Yeah. So I know what it is, but I know that like sometimes these moments make us who we are in the best way. Like it's the best kind of medicine, even though it sucks. And I just want to hold your hand through it and say like, yes, this is one of those parts of the human experience that's difficult, but it pays off in the end. It's difficult, but it pays off in the end. We all have these things in our life, these little moments. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay. All right. So let's move on here to pile number 3. After I have a little tea. They want the tea? Does pile number 3 want the tea? Sound off in the comments if you want the... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't click off. Okay. Try not to protect my ego onto pile number 3. Okay, could you imagine? If the irreconcilable differences were the lip gloss flavor. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, pile number 3. The bridge. All right. What does pile number 3 want, Spirit? Okay. Okay, I'm getting that there's something here about connection. Okay, because like they want connection. Okay, it's interesting because it's like, okay, this is interesting. I don't know how to describe this. Again, with the theme of like, I'm seeing kind of 2 sides to this. So like they have wants, like what I'm getting is like they have wants for themselves and they have wants about like what it is they want to experience here, okay? But it has something to do with connection here. They want to be connected, but they also want like some kind of space or distance, or potentially like boundaries. Somebody here wants boundaries. They want connection, but they want boundaries, if that makes sense. And they feel like that's the best way to kind of go about this because there's a lot of healing being done in the emotional space. And the key to that is connection and boundaries. So I do feel like there's a lot going on here with the emotions. And it kind of feels like a mixed bag to me, honestly, because... Or maybe this has already happened, okay? Because usually when I look at this card and I see the reflection of this, it kind of reminds me of gasoline. Like when gasoline gets on water, it has this like shimmery kind of an effect. So it can, to me, sometimes come off as it's like like poisoned water or like a poisoned well or something like that. But I'm actually getting this looking really beautiful, and it's almost looking like the sun is setting on that, or like there's certain amount of healing that's going on here in this space, or has gone on. And just either in like honoring that, or dealing with that, or facilitating that in some way. It's like there's, let's stay connected like energetically, like through the ether, and let's feel that, but let's also make sure that we're maintaining some kind of like boundaries, or like I need certain boundaries, or I need space right now, or you do, or something. Or, and this could potentially be somebody else saying, I'm trying to honor your boundaries. I want to stay connected to you, but I also want to honor your boundaries here as well. So it's like forming some kind of bridge. I do feel like there's some kind of I'm hearing reparation. There's some kind of reparation that is being made here from a split. And I'm also noticing that we have like a child's hand and an adult's hand. So it could be like, there could be, again, like some kind of giving and receiving, but it's like, I just feel like they love you, but they want to remain separate. That's what I'm getting. They love you, and they either need to heal, or they're honoring that you need to heal. And so there's something here to do with boundaries. Like, that's what I'm getting. Okay, interesting. Mountain. Yeah, there's a major challenge to overcome here in this situation. And distance could be one of them as well. And it could also be that with physical distance, this person might need some kind of physical, there could be a barrier, an obstacle, literally a mountain, like here between the two of you. Spiritual development. Okay, yeah, because somebody here is like making spiritual progress, or somebody here needs, like, is leveling up, spiritually speaking. And I don't know, maybe it's both of you in your own ways. Like, I don't know, but it's like, okay. And I'm hearing like, I'll always carry a torch for you. So I feel like there's like a connection here, but for some reason it can't materialize, or it can't be around each other. You can't make the connection in the physical, because there needs to be certain amounts of like progress, right? Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And it could be that somebody here needs to understand, somebody needs something from someone else. There needs to be an understanding, maybe of what went wrong, of how somebody was hurt, of what somebody needed in the past. There needs to be understanding here. And I'm kind of getting that it's like not somebody else's job to explain that. There's a real understanding of the boundaries here, or the need for them, like coming from this person. And again, I don't know what side they're on, because again, either they know they hurt you and that you need boundaries, and even though this person wants to love you, they're like, I understand that the best way to love you is for me to honor your boundaries, and for you to know that I'm a safe, trustworthy person, and that I understand. Like, I think they're trying, for some of these people, they're trying to demonstrate to you that they understand that they hurt you and that they crossed your boundaries, or that they didn't clean up their I don't know. It's like they're trying to demonstrate that through that. But for others of them, they're saying, look, I need boundaries in order to heal, maybe this person's hurt and they don't even understand why, and it's too much to put on the relationship at this current time, that they have to explain it, or that you can even start healing it when this person has to look around within themselves. This is very like Hecate energy of like taking that torch down into like the dark places of like, look, what's going on? Maybe this person feels like you need to do this, like, look, we're both on our own paths right now, and like I'm doing my thing, but like you also, this feels like you're at a phase in your relationship where it's like you both need time to do your own work. And I think part of that is shadow work, even like understanding what went wrong. We can't get to the work of manifesting this relationship in the physical, of being around each other in the physical. There's a major blockage. And it feels to me like the blockage it could be distance, but I think it is energetic. It's like, it is something like, do you understand like my side of it? Do I understand your side of it? Can we account for what is our own lenses, and like what is actually going on in the situation, that kind of thing. And then ladder, climbing towards success. I am getting with the mountain and the ladder to personal success. I'm seeing in the archetypes deck, the two people that are climbing on the mountain, trying to reach the peak together. This person's acknowledging that you're trying to reach it together, but that it's taking work, and it feels like climbing a mountain for both of you in order to like reach the peak, in order to like, get this together. And that, I know that card is like having a journey, having values, and like executing those values on like a journey of personal empowerment. So I feel like this right now, either for them or for you, they're acknowledging that you're on a journey of personal empowerment, or that that's what needs to happen. And for some of you, it's like some of you in like the other two stacks, it's like they feel that one or both of you, it's like the journey towards personal empowerment is in the physical. There's some kind of like physical climb that like needs to happen. And I'm hearing that song from Miley Cyrus is all about the climb. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but it's not gonna knock me down, but gonna keep going. So, you stay for the songs, I know. So Stork, news of a birth or new business opportunity. So look, forces working against you. So compliments from an admirer, chain of events that will affect your life, seek out information that will help you. You're on the road to success. Conception of a child or enterprise. You will receive a gift. So I just feel like maybe somebody feels like the communication here is undermined, like with an axe, or like it's been cut. But I think Spirit is saying, look, we did that. We cut the communication here because in order for there to be a productive level of communication here, there needs to be a level of understanding on both sides that's not there yet for one or both sides. And that needs to be kind of worked on. And again, the obstacle is the way. So it's like they're putting up certain mountain that you need to climb in yourself. And that's going to like assist you in that. And I'm just going to bring it back to myself because like I mentioned this before, that there was like a 4-year period in my life where I was so sad and I was so alone, like really, really freaking alone. And I was just working all the time and going to school and crying myself to sleep. And I kept asking like, what is this for? But looking back, like, I hate to kind of like even admit this, but that was totally necessary for me. Like I learned so much about myself and it built me into this like entirely different person that just, I know that I can do this. I know that I can do life. I know that when push comes to shove, I can buckle down. I can do what needs to be done. And I think like it honestly just, I needed to know that. I think it makes me a better person in all areas of my life in ways that I couldn't have accounted for, which is why my guides help assist the things that I am dealing with in my life and why my ego is not in charge of that, because I never would have put myself through that. I thought I was being victimized, and that's why I cried a lot. And I was actually quite literally being stolen from. I'm not saying that I would do it again or that I recommend it by any means. And I didn't have any good advice because I could have dealt with it better. But I'm just saying, like, I did get myself through that. And I choose to focus on now, like what I gained from that experience. And there feels like somebody is going through that here, or both of you are in your own ways. But this to me feels like it wouldn't be productive. Like if the two of you came back together, so let's bring this back to the reading, right? What do they want? I keep saying this. They want connection, but they want space and they want boundaries, because what they want is a productive conversation. They want a productive relationship. They want something in the material to actually generate something productive. And that can't happen unless two people have some kind of understanding here about themselves, but potentially about the other person, until we get the lens right. And, this is kind of reminding me, I know that we've said this before, but like, in like traditional debate, okay, not like whatever we call what we do here in America, but like actual traditional debate. In order to even initiate the debate, each person on the other end has to be able to explain the other person's perspective in its entirety and to their satisfaction. None of this like, oh, well, you're just stupid because da-da-da-da. Like, no. Do you understand their perspective, their values, their viewpoint? Can you then do that for somebody else? And can you understand why they are the way they are? What are their values? None of this just like taking shots. Like that's sloppy mental thinking, right? Do you understand what's important? Because only then are we fit to actually have this conversation. So that also tells me that there could potentially been like obstacles, disagreements, butting of heads here. And you can, I think both of you are on the same page of like, look, I like you. I wish we could be around each other. But the truth of the hard truth is that we don't understand each other's sides of it enough to caretake that while we're like also doing this. So it just feels like they want this to be productive, and they want cooler heads to prevail. This is a person who wants you to be understood. They want also to be understood, They want this to kind of work, but it does feel like you've got to, like both of you are on a journey of personal empowerment in order for this to work, if that makes sense. Deep core wounds, yes. Chair empty, someone is leaving your life. So again, like this could be somebody leaving your life But yeah. And for some of them, they need to put this down for a while, because it is hard or it is heavy or it is there could also be family sorrow that's involved here. That maybe this person needs something lighthearted or carefree because they're going through some kind of family sorrow. You may or may not know about that. Oh, listen out for good news. Okay. The other thing is, hold on. Okay, you are highly thought of to this person. So if you think that you're not, here's the thing. When we're doing our shadow work, we're going in there, right? But sometimes we've got to be able to pull ourselves back out and say this is my shadow work, but your shadow is not the entirety of who you are. So if you hear these messages and you think that, oh, this is the entirety of who I am, it's going to make you easy to kind of trigger. It's going to, you have to remind yourself that you have a conscious self, that, you have things that you're good at, that you've mastered. You have to remind yourself of that too. So if you feel because we're here and I'm a shadow reader because that's where the productivity is. That's where the power is. It's where a lot of people are afraid to go. This is why I find the value in this. I feel like people who can do this, these are really exceptional people. This is how you get exceptional, is by being able to look at the shadow. But you have to be able to put yourself in context. So there could be something here that's you guys disagree on, or something that ruined the relationship or spoiled it, but you are highly thought of here to this person. Okay, you might have problems, but this person doesn't degrade you in their mind or anything. They don't have a perspective. This just because if you've been using the tarot or whatever, look, we just have getting together with friends, a goal-oriented person, wealth, could have some of these things could have played out here, but you are highly thought of here to this person, and they want you to know that. Cobwebs. There could be some time that's gone on. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. So there was I feel like spirit or the ancestors is what I'm getting. Spirit or the ancestors instituted a hard break here in this connection, ironically, in order to preserve it. And to preserve this energy, I think you both think very highly of each other, to be honest. But they cut it off at the right time because the way to actually, we were talking about in pile number 2, I think it was pile number 2, where somebody said, there are times to receive the messages, and then there are times to enact the messages, right? Everything kind of goes through a cycle, right? Well, in a relationship, actually, ironically, maintaining the relationship can mean that there's a paradox going on here where it's you're actually still in connection and relationship with this person overall. Spirit considers you guys in connection and in relationship to one another. But it's you need this time apart because you actually being in relationship with another person is you doing your work. And I'm hearing that's the apology as well. So this person doesn't care about this. I think they want an apology, or you do. Or maybe you both do. Maybe you both do. But the apology that you both need, and spirit knows this, or your ancestors know this. I think your ancestors really get along with this person. Or this could be family. So they're all just I'm just picturing people around the fire, these two crazy kids, that kind of thing. And they're matter of fact, and they're hard when they need to be. But it just feels like you being in connection with this person meant not being in connection for a while. You needed to have some kind of an experience so that you could, maybe you're both very strong mirrors to each other, so you could get a realistic perspective. Again, this kind of goes back to what we were saying in pile number 2. It's sometimes it's hard to get that realistic perspective, but you're all the better for it, So maybe this was one of those situations. Maybe there was a third party. We pick up on that a lot, that kind of got in the middle and confused things. So you didn't actually have the real understanding of each other. So potentially before you could act on those things or make a fool out of yourself by saying some gossip that you heard very matter of factly, or making decisions based on gossip that's not really the other person, you were moved away from each other because this is not a connection that they want tampered with in that way. And if you guys couldn't protect it yourselves, that's for some of you. If you couldn't protect it yourselves here from I'm hearing interlopers, gossipers. Heather, thank you so much for the super chat. Paradox checkpoint. Love it. Yeah. If you couldn't protect it, spirit's going to protect it because this is I'm hearing this is an unbreakable bond. This is a spiritual connection, and that it takes priority. So they're actually keeping it safe. And take care. Enemies are working against you. I knew it. Yeah. For some of you, this is a connection that's been tampered with. And if you acted on the things that you heard about a certain person, or you said it, it would have broken it. Somebody would have been like, I am done with you. They would have meant it. Or maybe you would have felt this way about like this person. Yeah, I feel like there was a lie that you need to recognize. And you will be rewarded spiritually for recognizing the lie about this person. Or if you're not resonating with this, somebody else could have heard a lie about you, but you would have known if there's interference, if there's just too many people involved in the situation. If you weren't speaking directly to one another about each other, getting to know each other one-on-one, working out your differences in conversation together. If you entertained a middleman at all, this person would have told you things about this human being that you knew that wasn't true. You just, from your experience, and I'm hearing in your intuition, which is far superior, like you are better at reading people than whoever tried to interlope in this connection. You know better. Like maybe you know this person more, or you just know people better. You have a stronger set of intuition. So I don't know why you would bow the knee to this person's skill set or observations or experience when you maybe have had more experience with this person, or you understand this person more, or again, just people more. There's something about that where whoever involved, it's kind of obvious that they should never have involved, and that they have some kind of strategy, or that they're just stupid. Like this person, some of them just don't have a realistic understanding of people. So if you recognize this, there's a reward. There's some kind of reward for you recognizing that somebody lied. Oh, rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. And maybe that's also what instituted the break here. If you were getting all fired up, or you believed a bunch of lies about this person, I think that's what did it. That's what instituted a break. So potentially there's healing that's involved, and it'll give you over the most difficult part of this, because somebody here had to get protected. I don't know who it was, but again, like I think it's whoever could have been blamed or treated badly because of a lie. That was like, I'm hearing defamation. It was some kind of attack, strategic attack. I just heard strategic attack. So you need to figure out who's attacking people around you that you love, and you need to make sure that you put the kibosh on that. That's a person that you should not be entertaining at all for any reason. And you need to listen like more. Look, okay, fair man. We keep seeing this fair man. There could be a fair man who's going to come into your life, dealing with a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. But I'm getting the white hair. This is okay. I'm getting this grandfather figure that wants to come back. Thank you so much, Sandita, for the super chat. I'm kind of getting a gray-haired energy, somebody older and wiser, but this feels like they're in your ear. This also this could be spiritual guidance. I'm strong ancestors. This could be grandfather energy. They have a lot to say. And what this person, it could be that this person exists in real life as well. Okay. But we keep getting this man who's clearly a good sign. For some of you, gotta cut out the drink because that's what is confusing. You can't hear this man. Oh, okay. This is the Patrice. That's what this is. So for some of you could have MAGA in your chart, but you will realize that you actually have a very strong intuition. That's something that's like coming through, is how strong your intuition is, that you actually have a stronger intuition than other people that were coming in. But I think this intuition might be linked to the paternal side of your family. So the thing to understand about that, that's why I'm seeing the grandfather. That's also why I'm seeing them so frustrated, because it's like, talk to us, talk to me. So you will have intuition about a certain situation. You'll find that if you ask, that you receive like the answer to it intuitively or otherwise. Like that's one of, like, you have that in your chart. You have that in your karma, that you will receive like the truth, and you need to be able to listen to the truth here as well. But this grandfather energy, or maybe this is just a metaphor for the Patrice, the paternal side of your ancestry line, they're giving you guidance and advice and a path forward to build a solid foundation. There's success with effort. But it's coming through like that masculine lineage, that back porch wisdom. It can be very no nonsense. It can just be like, you know, like at least like I'm from the Midwest. So like people in my family, like especially the men, even to me, like the girl in the family, you know, it's very pull your head out of your ass. Like, you know, and they mean so well by it. Like it is love, you know, it is love coming from them. And if you know it's not love coming from those people, then you're picking up on vibes and stuff, then you need to trust that. But I'm saying, like, when somebody's just like a little rough with you, and you feel that it's love, like, let that in, because I feel like it's that tough love maybe here. Hat, you'll be playing a different role. So for some of you, there's guidance that's coming in from the paternal side of the family if you choose to connect with it. And again, some of you need to cut down on drink, party, celebration, because it's clouding that. You know, we have that Pisces energy, Neptune, which is spirituality in its highest form, intuition, or it'll devolve into drugs, alcohol, numbing out. And some of you may well have had psychic experiences that you didn't know what to do with before and it freaked you out, or maybe you did like literally hear like guidance or advice, or like you've had visions that like ended up coming true and it just freaked you out, and that could have potentially, maybe you were trying to numb that out as well because you felt like you were different, or maybe you actually feel people's emotions and you just don't want to. Some of you need to get serious about that, okay? Because some of you will pick up on people's emotions that are bad or like angry, and this can even have to do with attraction, like especially when you're drunk. Like if somebody's attracted to you, then you think you're attracted to them and you're just not, and it's leading you down the wrong path. Like all these things you need to know how your system works, and you're a very intuitive person and you are very linked in with the ancestors, but these ancestors are giving you some kind of guidance, and I think you're going to be playing a different role, or they need you to put on a different thinking hat. You may have multiple, I don't know. They want you to put yourself in a different position mentally. They want you to look at something from a different perspective. But we have the arrow card here. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So they want to tell you, I do think you're on the right path, like here and now. Some of you, it's because you knew there was a lie in the situation and you finally just like admitted that to yourself, or just came to that realization of like, and you realize that if you acted on that lie, that or if you said something about that lie, it was going to affect your relationship in some way, like with this other human being. Like you were going to not do what you feel like you need to do, like with this person. And so it just ruined things. But that it was cut off before you could do that to this other person, because it would have affected things. Again, this is a very connected and protected connection. Okay, so look, we've got some inspiration coming in here at the end. Caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Pay attention to your health, okay? And again, for some of you, this goes back to like drinking. And for some of you, I'm getting that it's like, because alcohol actually leaches nutrients from your system, right? So you just want to make sure that you're getting nutrients in. But for some of you, it could even be something like coffee that suppresses your appetite, so you're not taking in the nutrients. So just pay attention to your health here. But I do feel like that's the caterpillar and the okay, so some of you need to be more quiet and listen and be more reflective and spend time in that space. That's the different role that they want you to play. Because I'm seeing you go into the cocoon, and I'm seeing the hermit card. And so for some of you, maybe you're very active, like you're very active in the world. Maybe this is celebrating and partying and schmoozing, and like that is not your path to success. Some of you lean way too heavily on rubbing elbows with people. Like I'm sure you're good at it, but they need you to play a different role. They need you to pull back. Your ancestors need you to pull back. They need you to put on a different hat, which is the receptive hat, the intuitive hat, the relying on yourself, like not trying to make like certain connections or something, relying on yourself. Because also this is like maybe a slippery slope that's potentially led some of you to having lower self-esteem than you really should have, because you think wrongly that your success comes from other people, that it comes, maybe even comes from alcohol and schmoozing and boozing and like being the person that's like spending all the money buying everybody's drinks or something. And it's nice when you can be able to do that. I'm hearing we'd like for you to stop doing that, but we would like for you to be a little bit more strategic, or you just feel like you need to go out and drink and stuff because that's how you meet people, and maybe you dazzle them with your personality. This kind of goes back to pound number 2. They need you to not do that, and they need you to go back and be in that hermit mode of relying on yourself, figuring out what it is that you can do in and of yourself, maybe developing a skill, taking a little break. And it won't always be that way with the caterpillar, but that's you being in the cocoon, that hermit energy, and listening to them more. So you should have, however, what your practice is, like, but create space, meditate, bring your energy down, do your morning pages, like whatever it is that you do to create like a space where you can hear them, do that. And then you're going to kind of start to gather your path forward. Also, I'm hearing for some of you, there are charlatans still around you. So there were charlatans then and there's charlatans now. This is a major problem for you. It's a sabotaging energy. You need to be able to hear clearly. You need to be able to think clearly so that you're not trusting the wrong people. Because like for some of you, it's like they're just around you and there's kind of no getting around that because these are like people that you work with, but you will know that these are sabotaging people and you're not going to trust them. You're not going to build relationships with them the same way that you would have if you were completely snowed by the fact that these people have like their own agendas and their own motives, and that they're just basically using you and using you as a pawn, and they'll dump you the moment that they get whatever it is that they want. But if you think your success comes from dealing with people, then you put up with that more. And again, they're saying this is a self-esteem issue. So like you got to cut the self-esteem issue by going within and finding your worth within, figuring out what it is that you can do on your own, and learning how to rely more and more on yourself. And I think I just heard like Skillshare or like some kind of course certification, like do that. But they need you to kind of go through a period of being within so that you can emerge on the other side. And don't be afraid. For some of you, you might have a health issue that puts you on your butt for I don't know, like, I mean, this could even just be like a respiratory infection or something. You find yourself in bed for a few days. So that I remember one time I got this horrible ear infection as an adult. Like what? Because I went to a lake and it was so bad. And I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't listen to music, but I was in a horribly abusive relationship and I was just not going to get it. Like I was just going to keep thinking that I was the problem and pouring myself into it. And they put me on my ass, dude. Like all I could do was stare at a wall for like days, if not a week, like at a time. And that was very eye-opening. So if you find yourself in a position like that, like reflect on your life, kind of let your mind kind of go to these certain things, be in that cocoon, and it's helping you to have a different like direction, you know? But they're saying like, you rely on people too much, or you think you need to rely on people too much, or you think that your success or your personality comes from schmoozing with other people too much. And it doesn't. You're a skillful person. And that's what they want you to know. So this goes back to what they need or what they want. Let's keep I already answered it at the beginning. So it's just the message kind of has other things. We kind of open a channel for people to say things. So what they want is, okay, so there's spirit guide energy coming through. These spirit guides, they want you to connect with them. So this somehow ties into the overall message where it's like you might have actually been cut off from somebody here. Maybe for some of you as a child as well. But like you've been cut off from somebody here. This was like a wake up kind of an experience for you to get in touch with your guides somehow. Could have led you to tarot, could have, or a connection or cut off energy between like you and another person could have led you to tarot. It's getting you online with your guides. Please understand that is what I just heard. It's getting you on connection with your guides. So your guides want a connection with you. There also could have been a disconnect between the inner child and your adult energy. I'm hearing I'm here now. Like, so there's inner child issues here, but they want to help you get your own internal parent online for yourself. So instead of, I think some of you have been living your life in this inner child energy where the child is needy, right? And so I'm hearing codependent relationships, codependent dynamics. So the tape that you function on is incredibly codependent. Some of you need to read Codependency No More by Melanie Beattie, or just really actually focus in on that codependent energy. But this is what I'm saying. It's like you'll be alone for a period of time so that it might be hard, but the obstacle is the way. And it's really so that you're getting rid of those codependent habits. You're learning something else. It might feel baptism by fire, like at the beginning, but that's what's happening. And the obstacle is the way. So they want a separation between you and somebody here in the physical. There's a lot of love between the two of you. It is a sacred connection, it is a protected connection. They need you to also start reframing this in your mind. Everything that has happened in this connection has happened to protect this connection, because I do believe that there were interlopers here that were trying to gossip, or they were lying. It's poisonous. I'm hearing it was poisonous, outright lies intended to break the bond between the two of you. And they put the kibosh on it. So they separated the two of you in order to preserve the connection. And both of you are on your own period of this inner work, which your own period of the inner work is kind of the point of the reading. That's what your guides find to be the golden nugget. That's what we spent most of the reading talking about, right? And so that's what they want. And in doing that, they want connection with you. Your guides, your ancestors, they want connection with you to help guide you into how to build a strong, solid foundation with the Tower energy and a new hat, a different perspective. And they need you right now to be in a more receptive hat. And I think this is a different energy than you're used to being in. You might be used to taking a more masculine, like do kind of role, but they need you to sit back. They need you to be in the cocoon so that you can melt to goo, which won't be easy. Okay. But like you can melt to goo and then you can be reborn that cat or that butterfly. And then like the caterpillar operates on the ground. It's stuck to the ground. The butterfly is beautiful and different and unique. And you're really interesting is what I'm hearing. Like as a person, you're very interesting and you're very different and you're very unique and they want to get all those things online. And then the butterfly takes flight and it sees things like from the air and it lands from flower to flower. It's going to be a much happier existence that like kind of awaits for you. So this is what they want for you. And your guides took over this reading and I feel like they want to take over your life a bit. They want to take over your mind, but they can't do that if you're drinking. They can't do that if you are like out partying all the time and you're surrounded by scallywags is what I'm hearing that have very low vibrational perspectives and you take advice from some of these people or you want to partner with these people. Why? Like you're worse off partnering with these people. I think you're a bit regal like for your environment, to be honest. And okay, now I'm hearing like, why won't he be the king? I know he is the king I see inside. Some of you feel bound by your past, like you've made serious mistakes in your past. Okay, we all have pasts. Like the past is past, but like now is the power moment. Now is like we're gonna build a better future. And then when you look back on your past, you're gonna see something different there. So your guides are really wanting to kind of commandeer this space. So in order to heal. So again, I'm saying there's somebody poisoned the well here. I kind of don't know that if it was one or both of you, or if I feel like there was interference. Somebody did poison the well here. It would have been a successful attempt if it wasn't interfered with. Like if your guides didn't intercept in this moment. So now this is healing. But in order for it to heal, there needs to be distance. So maintain the connection, feel the connection, draw on the connection if you need to, but just feel the distance here. Feel the healing, and then you have things in your own life to kind of focus on before you can move forward because the Chariot card came out in reverse. Okay, so anything else here? Everybody has their part. Death. Yeah. Oh, Two of Cups. I knew it. So there are people here and you feel shame for being attached to these people that maybe that you work with from the past. You could have known these people for a long time. I don't know. There might be more than one person here. There might be two people. You feel the shame of this. This needs to end here, but I'm getting Anurata energy. So I think you have a destiny to be the lighthouse on the hill. And the thing is, whenever you work for spirit, you go through the things that you assist others with, like if it's a service oriented thing. So you need to start thinking about this kind of like a job training. So like if you're supposed to help people with addiction, well, you're going to have to deal with addiction in some form, like yourself, and actually like overcome it. So you know that from the inside out. If you're meant to help people like with love and relationships, well, you're going to have to deal with some love and relationship issues because you're going to have a Gnostic Eastern version of knowing rather than just reading about it in a textbook. So you are learning how to get yourself up out of this hole because you're meant to be the lighthouse on the hill for other people. You're meant to be the hope of the world. You're meant to be, you're meant to show people what's possible and that it can be done. Okay. So try to view this, whatever this is, from this hopeful kind of perspective. And it's that Anurata energy gets sucked into, maybe this group does, get sucked into abusive relationship dynamics. Wouldn't surprise me because that's what codependency does, right? And you can't break free from it if you think you're dependent upon somebody who's no fucking good for you. And these people are no fucking good for you. I think there's been multiple, to be honest, and you might have even gotten out. It's like frying pan into the fire. It's like because you haven't seen what the actual enemy is, which is like your mind, your fears, your illusions, you just keep getting back into like relationships with similar like people or you like jobs or something. It's like, so you haven't seen what the enemy actually is. So now you're dealing with like your own shame or your own guilt or your own low self-esteem. Well, the way to do that is this caterpillar energy. It's getting in with that hermit energy, getting into the cocoon. There's relationships here you need to absolutely end and move away from. Some of you need to be throwing yourself into work. having good, healthy routines, finding some kind of like hobby, spending some time in nature, like alone, spending some time with your kids, finding the innocence of a child, like remembering what you liked to do as a child, and then some of you have some just hard decisions to make. Like it's just hard to actually do it, to pull the trigger, to like, I mean that as a metaphor, to cut away. And then, yeah, you need to cut away. And I think it's from like people or like a partying lifestyle. Look, this is you just defending yourself from that so that you can temper out. This is also the path forward to reconnecting with this other person. That's what they need from you, is the ability to do that. So all of this is kind of like your path forward. You need to not be a codependent person. You need to not be building relationships upon codependent energy. You cannot have sabotaging energies around you that go unchecked in your own mind. You can't believe people who are liars. You can't allow people to interject into your connections and your relationships, especially when it's to people that you care about. You're having those one-on-one, you're even having the hard conversations, between the two of you. This is all the fundamentals of like not having a codependent kind of relationship. You need to not like be partying or like under the influence. You need to be connected with your intuition. You need to know that your success in life comes from you and that it comes from your skill set. Connecting with this person, again, which I think is a motivator for you, seems like it's a single step. Okay, it's one of those things in life, well, I just want to reconnect with them. It sounds like as simple as sending a message here. The issue in this relationship is something deeper. It goes right to the heart of your psyche. That's why this is probably a soulmate connection. If the two of you are so motivated to be together, you're motivated. This is one of those connections where it's like when you betray the other person, you've actually betrayed yourself first. You betrayed your values. You betrayed what it is that you care about. You cannot betray this person without having betrayed yourself. And the same thing is true the other way. That's what makes this a soulmate connection, is that what's good for you is good for the other person and vice versa. Actually taking care of the other person is you becoming the best version of yourself that you can be. Look around in your life. I think a lot of you don't have relationships like that in your life. I think it's built on you sacrificing in order to try to keep something, but it's really not fulfilling. It's this kind of gross dynamic. It's much different. So this isn't just a single step, reconnecting with this person. It's not as simple as seeing them at the grocery store or sending them a message on whatever platform. It's not that simple. It's huge. Right? I mean, it's not that you can't do it. It's erasing codependent patterns, not numbing out like with substances or partying, knowing your own worth, knowing that you are skillful, that you can like do these things, spending time alone, getting comfortable spending time alone. I actually think this group is going to be surprised at how much, I'm hearing once you've experienced peace, you are not even going to realize, like you're not even going to be able to understand how you could have put up with certain people that have been around you. This feels like friends or people you're partying with. I'm just seeing like they're immature, they're stupid, they're not fun, they're not funny, they don't add anything to your life. It's just a distraction. All of this has just been a distraction. It's just been distracting you from the pain and the hurt and the illusions and the shame that you feel inside. It's time to deal with it, right? And that's what they're saying. This is getting your inner adult online. It's okay, baby. I'm here now. When the first like psychic reading that I ever got, she wasn't a tarot reader. She had different methods. She's the most psychic person I've ever seen. And she goes, "Oh, you're here now though. You're here now. Like you just walked in the room and you're like, I don't care if everybody wants to treat you like shit. I won't let it happen." And I was like, that is damn true. I had that turning point. I was like, I don't give a fuck what all these other people, how they want to run their stupid lives, and like the way they find it acceptable to treat other people. Me and you, we're going to be all right. Get your shit. Like, I was just not going to let anything happen to her anymore. And I think some of you, it's like, you're the adult that you always needed. You're going to make sure nobody steps on your toes. You're not playing the game anymore. You're not in that child role or something. Like and a lot of times when we're in that inner child energy, we don't even realize like that's what we're doing. We don't realize that the emotions that we're feeling, it's like, it's us like recreating the things of our childhood and feeling like you're still a child. You don't think that consciously, but it's like you don't feel a match for like whatever it is that is going on around you. And kind of the first part to becoming an adult and to building the life you want with the person that you want and having the house and the dog and the whatever is standing up and saying, get the fuck out. Like to whatever that energy was that bullied you in your childhood, and saying like, I am willing to accept the consequences, like come what may. And that's what I mean is like learning to rely on yourself and saying like, I'm not involving in strings attached relationships anymore. I'm just not. And if that like, Lord help me, but I'm just not. I'm going to find another way. And that, they say creativity is the mother of invention. I feel like that's what's actually going to kick you into gear. It's going to kick you into creativity. And you're also going to become your own best friend. Thank you so much, Elena, for the super chat. That's how you become your own best friend. That's how you start to like yourself. Because for some of you, that's like the issue. It's like you want all these other people to like you, but do you like yourself? And learning to that, like how to rely on yourself and that you never give up on yourself, you're going to be your own best friend. I feel like that's what's kind of missing here. Is like, no, we can do this. We can do this. And we will do this. And when you think back, you're going to think like, man, the one person who never let me down was me. I never gave up on myself. And that's what some of you need in your life. Okay. That was a lot. I feel like that was the human experience in a nutshell. I hope that you got what you needed from that reading of, what they want. Because they want you to be empowered. And your soulmate energy, whoever this is that you are disconnected from, this person means very well for you. They do. It's like this person that's a soulmate energy, your spirit guides, your ancestors, yourself, you're all on the same page of wanting you to be more empowered. Okay? And they wanting and needing this process to get underway. And I'm hearing alliance. I'm hearing ally. These are people who are allied with your soul, like this person. So, okay, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm kind of addicted to my own company. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to be right back and then we'll do the general message. Okay, here we are. We are back with our regularly scheduled programming. Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. Catherine is like one of the biggest like patrons of mine that like I have, and you're just so appreciated. All of you are so appreciated. Thank you guys so much for the super chats today and always, and for the compliments in the chat. Okay, so let us move on to the general message, shall we? This has been a lot. Okay. I don't know where to start, so I'm just going to start with my little index cards here. So Spirit, outside of these messages, Spirit is like, I do what I want. Like Spirit has commandeered some of these, but that's okay. Spirit always knows what's best for us anyways. So Spirit, in terms of the general message, okay. I just saw speak up an undercover hater. Return to sender. Flying monkeys. Ooh. Don't be gullible. Don't fall for it. Ooh, this is like hidden enemy stuff. So, and with the flying monkeys, that's like a narcissist term. I don't know if that's just alerting us to this in the chat. Or, if, that's going on in your life where you have some kind of undercover hater that you potentially know about. It's not worth confronting this person if that's it, because okay, so you could be having an issue with somebody, look, dug their own grave, backfired, and this person has insecurities. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but this person, wait, let me see, there's something. Okay, honor is better than honors. So you are protected. Okay, so, good Lord. Something is going on here, and I don't know how aware of it you are because we had undercover hater, but it's like, don't take the bait, don't fall for it. And I saw the word speak up here, but then I kind of like questioned around it. So I don't know if some of you are thinking like, should I speak up about this or should I not speak up about it? Amy, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't think you should, because this person potentially like is a narcissist, or they have flying monkeys. So it's like not just this person, it's other people that are going to potentially try to jump on the bandwagon. At the very least, like these are potentially people who, this is why we always talk about like being nice and being truly good. Those are two different things, because people who are hell-bent on being nice usually become agents of evil without their knowing it, because they don't have a backbone and they can't just say to somebody like, you need to stop, like you need to get out of here, because they're too afraid of it being mean. I was talking to myself here. Like this is a hard lesson that I've had to learn over the course of my life. Like it really just serves nobody to try to be nice, and instead of just saying like, look, stop doing this, okay, because people are getting hurt, or like whatever, like calling out like the bad nasty behavior, right? But I feel like with this person, it's like they're almost trying to goad you or bait you into something. There could be somebody here who's like fixated on you for something here. But again, I don't know how much you would know that that's the case, because they're an undercover hater. So they might be trying to act like they're your friend or something, but it's not worth it. And honor is better than honor. So just keep your dignity, keep your honors. This is a person who dug their own grave, or they will dig their own grave, because I'm kind of going back to we have a lot of narcissistic language here. Narcissists always dig their own grave because they're very short-sighted, they're very self-centered, and just following those kinds of things, they have like insecurities. They might try to prey on your insecurities, but they're gonna just dig their own grave. Like you don't have to do anything. Like that is the key with narcissists. Dr. Ramani, right? You never go deep. Don't defend, do not engage, don't explain, and don't take anything that they say personally. And I just feel like you're just being reminded, just don't engage. Don't engage with this person, because that's how they kind of flip it on you, or they can try to bait you into some kind of an argument and make it seem like, you're aggressive when you're just defending yourself. And if you're defending yourself, then this is the type of person who will just see, they feel guilty, because even though you feel like it's a misunderstanding, it's just best not to get involved, right? And then it says, actions speak louder than words do. It's pretty quiet, isn't it? I'm hearing with you need to let your actions speak for themselves. Who you are and your track record, I'm hearing, speaks for itself. Just and their track record as well speaks for itself. That's half the reason they're salty, is what I'm hearing. Half the reason they're salty. And shared. Okay, I just want to see. Oh, look, cheater. Okay, so somebody could have cheated. I'm hearing like, show me your texts. Okay, somebody could have cheated here. White knighting? Ew. Like, what is going on here? This person could have, okay, so somebody could have cheated on you here. But if it's not, then this person cheats. It's like they don't have a honor, right? They don't have a code of conduct. They don't have any honors. So this person cheats. They're not playing by the rules. They're not who they say they are, is what I'm getting. But then they want a white knight. They want to act like they're your savior or something like that. I'm hearing you will be heard. This is spirit backing you. So it's funny because I think you'll know the right time and place to speak up about something, and you will be heard. Spirit's clearing the way for this to happen. There's a hidden variable in this situation. This person's cornbread isn't all the way done in the middle. And that might be the hidden variable. So I'm just picturing somebody biting into that cornbread, maybe somebody that they're trying to convince about you, and then they're spitting it out because it's like not done in the middle and it's cold. Hidden variable. Okay, eye roll, pick me. This person is in some kind of like pick me energy. They're acting, I don't know. This person's acting like they're perfect, that they want to fix something, but you're just, I feel like you kind of know, you don't have to do anything. Like this is karma that's working for you. You just don't have to do anything. This person has dug their own grave, and I'm getting like they've dug their own grave karmically speaking. This person's done a lot. This person could have put a bunch of negative, bad energy towards you, and they've done that in the ether. So they've already built up so much like negative karma. It's just going to go right back. Oh, return to sender. It's just going to go right back like towards whoever this person is. I might not be the best in my field, but I guarantee that I'm going to die real. So I feel like that's you. It's like, you don't, flying monkeys. This person might be trying to make you feel like you need to be the best or you need to be perfect. Because I also saw like perfect people don't exist, so don't pretend to be one. You're not perfect. Like even you could be really good at what it is that you do, or what, like even this could be socializing or something. Maybe this person's just jealous of that. You might be really good at it, but you might not be the best at it. And this is a nitpicker. This is somebody who, instead of acknowledging like your wins or like the things that you've contributed to the team or to the goal or whatever, they just nitpick at the things that you don't do because they're trying to go to reaction. So just don't take the bait here. Hidden variable. They're going to get this person. Like this is spirit. This spirit is fighting this battle for you. And I'm hearing just let us. Just stay out of it and just let us, because this person's got themselves. This is in the real world. This is in the real world. This is very tangible. This person's gotten themselves into a trap. I'm seeing somebody stepping in. Okay, I'm seeing that 7 of Swords card where he steps into the rope, and then the rope tightens, and then now all of a sudden they're like tangled. I feel like this person's tangled in a web of their own lies. There may be legal repercussions to this as well. There's real heavy hitting real world repercussions to what this person has done. And that's going to take them out. You don't have to do anything. So even if you feel like, if this is somebody you work with and you feel like, oh my gosh, is my boss going to believe them? You might not be able to, it's a hidden variable. I'm hearing just let this person go in with all their grandiosity and all their gravitas, because the boss is going to bite into their cornbread and it's going to be cold and it's going to be not done in the middle. And this person will wreck their chances like for the future with this boss or something, or like they could have to make a decision between which one they're going to keep and which one they're not, between the two of you or something like that. And it's like, they're definitely not going to keep this person after that. Or the fact that this person like put forth so much hubris or something and brought that undone cornbread in speaks like really negatively about them, and it's going to stick. It's going to like, there's going to be long-term implications for this. Yeah. This person could be having money problems or something like that. I don't know. But I just feel like you're good in your own energy. I just saw the Hermit energy for you. Okay. Okay, what else do you want to say? You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. Like I saw the sun energy. You are moving forward here in life. You need to, like definitely look towards the future here, and connect with your strength. Spirit, what messages do you have? There is a major, there's like some kind of major karmic moment that's happening right now. We were getting it in the first 2 readings, and it's continuing on like with this person. Like there's a major karmic cycle that's like kind of coming to a head right now is what I'm getting. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you want to say overall? Okay, interesting. Okay, they might be talking to you in your dreams. Okay, interesting. So we have the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 2 Pentacles. Okay, interesting. So I think you're taking on a lot of burden or something like at work, or something is like really stressful now, but it's worth it. Like to keep with your routine, to keep like working on something here, it's worth it. And it's gonna like pay off. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's burdensome, something that you're doing or something that you're working on now. It's burdensome now. Okay. But like keep doing what you're doing, keep doing the routine of it. And then it's going to lead to the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. This is like building with the people that you love, like people that you really get along with, like, this is a dream come true, is what I'm getting. This is a dream come true. Oh my gosh. Okay, just keep doing what you're doing, or like keep engaging with this process, right? Like including the readings that we just had, like, you know, even if it was difficult, like you still can get like your goals and stuff. So, like it starts with the Page of Pentacles, but then you're going to get like some kind of dream or some kind of wish, and you're going to beat out the competition here as well, is what I'm getting. Yeah. You are going to be in some kind of like leadership position, or you're just going to be, if you're already in that, you're just going to be standing strong if there has been some kind of argument. So I don't know if that connects in with the last message that we were just getting about like there are haters or something. You just keep on going. If you're going through hell, just keep going. I'm also hearing that song. It gives me chills. The Hall of Fame, standing in the Hall of Fame. Who sings that? The Script. When he says, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like you're going from the Four of Pentacles to the Empress, or like where you feel like you need to protect yourself in some way. There is like some kind of ending. Ending with what? There's some kind of ending coming. Again, I feel like it's with codependency or something like that. Some kind of like something emotional. And you are going to be this Empress. Like, okay, so you're in the Four of Pentacles energy, and then she's leaping out of this waterfall here, right? There's been an ending, something that you were clinging to, you're no longer clinging to. She's leaping out here. She's gaining her balance, and then she's becoming the Empress. That's how she becomes the Empress. That's you. That's your path forward. So just keep, yeah, there's a painful ending, but it's leading to some kind of new beginning or new opportunity. And it's with a Two of Cups. Like, yeah, I'm hearing if you're going through hell, just keep going. Like, just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep doing what it is that you're doing. Somebody here might notice here as well. Some kind of King of Swords type is going to notice. Yeah. And you could get some kind of like quick results here. Going. Oh my gosh, and the Lovers and the family energy. Okay, so there's good things in your future. There's good things in your future. Don't let that be a worry, okay? But remember that to get the good things in the future, we have to like sometimes confront ourselves now, or make sure that we're doing what it is that we need to be doing now. There are good things in your future. That's like literally the message. Great things. The things that you want are in your future. Sanctuary is in your future, and anything that you're doing right now, whether it's financial restriction, or you're feeling left out in the cold, whatever restriction is going on here now, it's leading you to connect with your strength. Remember how I was saying the obstacle is the way? Figuring out how to overcome the obstacle and not just pushing it around, actually figuring out how to overcome the obstacle is connecting you with your strength, and it's going to lead to sanctuary here in the beginning, and then things are really going to move for you. Things are so going to move for you, okay? You're going to move forward very quickly. And you have very strong, yeah, you have very strong guard and like boundaries up here. And like whoever it is that you've had to leave behind that's how they're going to get their loud messaging from Spirit as well, that they need to start over in their life. And that's how they're going to get their karma here too. So you don't need to think about that person. That person, if you've been, like some of you, it's like you maybe been involved with somebody who is like a bad person to you or something. And you're like, I need you to know that like you're difficult. Like you doing all this is how it all gets put back onto their plate. And for some of you that are dealing with like gold diggers or something, people who have tried to mooch off of you, then you need to have those strong boundaries. Like you're not going to get, some of you have really good karma. You have things that are like wanting to come in for you as well, but you're with a karmic and you're with somebody who is like trying to mooch off of you in some way. And that person needs to be like, again, removed. I saw the 9 of Wands. You have those very strong boundaries up for that person, because when you start to succeed, this person is going to want to get in on it again. And as soon as they come into your space, it's going to dry up again because this person has to be doing their work and they just want to keep mooching off of people. So Spirit is helping you keep that person away from you and whatever it is that you're building. And they need you to hold that strong boundary too, to keep them away from your team is what I'm hearing. Because this person doesn't know how to spend money. They don't have a sense of personal responsibility. Like, you need to keep this person like away because they're just a mooch and they're just going to ruin things. Energetically, they ruin things because they have some pretty rockin' bad karma because of the way that they treat people. And like, if you're mad about that, it's like, why are you allowing that person to be, I just heard around your kids, in and around your kids. But that person needs to like be away, and they're going to see you building something for themselves, but then they need to be in their own bubble. Because I don't really think you're meant to be with this person at all, like on any level. This person who's like, if they're abusive or taking from you in ways they shouldn't be taking, that's not a soulmate. It's a karmic. You got to get out of there. And that's you learning your karmic lesson so you can go be with your soul tribe. Because I feel like you've been in a land of karmics for some of you. Some of you were born into it and you have to figure out your way out of it. But some of you, the decisions or something, you've just gotten surrounded by karmics and you need to get away from that. In order to build yourself up, to put up those strong walls, and then to move towards your soul fam and your soul tribe that you're supposed to be around and building with, and people that you then feel like rejuvenated by. So, okay. So that's what I have. Hobosexual. Oh my gosh. I've never heard that word before. Okay. So, Land of Karmics, a new series on AMC. Hobosexual, finding love for a hobosexual in the land of karmics. That's our reality dating TV show. Yeah. Yeah, this is, again, I'm just hearing like you need to be blocking out certain people, certain energies. For some of these, might be somebody you're married to, in order to move forward and get the person of your dreams, get the life of your dreams, and heal, and get some kind of goal. But you have to admit that something's not coming up the way that you want. You need to look at it clearly, concisely, and make a difficult decision. Cut it out. And that's when the Wheel of Fortune energy comes and puts the winds in your sails. But Spirit has to see you doing it. Spirit is a partner in this, but Spirit is not a codependent partner, right? Spirit is not a codependent partner. So you've got to be making the decisions. You've got to be marching in the direction you want to go. And then Spirit's going to come in and hold your hand and say, all right, I see you're back in alignment with the Tao. Shall we? Right? Okay. That's what I'm getting. This was a hard one, guys. This is a really hard one for all of us involved. I am not shy about saying this is 100% my karma. Like getting okay with, and I'm not gonna lie, like I know too, like this is the thing, it's like I know when I put out a difficult reading, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose like subscribers or something. I have to confront all of that because at the end of the day, I'm just somebody, I want to be working in tandem with Spirit. I want to be like connecting with the truth of things. I want to put things out that are helpful for people, and Spirit has been helping me like to see, again, like Caleb Hammer, he's kind of he has that side to him that is just, he's very matter of fact, and it comes from such a good loving place. And I don't know, like this was hard for all of us. I'm sorry if this kind of rattled your boat a little bit. Okay, I'm glad. It's fun too because at the end of the day we do the work, we get the sweets. So true. And for some people here, like especially the pile number 2 person, it's like once they do that even the first time and they realize that like the sweets are so much better than just like the initial cursory like respect that they get, I think they're gonna be fine. Like they're gonna get it then, you know? Yeah. The reading is over, Terang. Sorry. You're doing it and then some. Okay, good. Because it's not easy. It's not natural for me, like at all. But if I'm being honest, like I know that the person that I am today, it's because I've received really harsh criticism consistently over the course of my entire life. Has it been fair? No. Has it always been like kind or considerate? No. But I am really proud of the person that I am today. And I'm really proud of her. I'm truly proud of her. And it would be disingenuous of me too to be like saying, like reading things that I know didn't work for me in my life, you know, too. Like I have very clear moments in my own life where it's like, oh, that like piece of really difficult information, however it came in, that has become part of the foundation that like I couldn't have learned it any other way. And maybe other people could have learned it a different way, but me, myself, with my thick head, I couldn't have learned it a different way. You women, you, thank you so much for the $4.99. It's so funny you feel this way because this reading felt so good to hear. Okay, I'm so glad. And it didn't seem like you were struggling until you said, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. And you know what else is weird too? It's like, I think I have a warped perception of these things too, because sometimes I'll put out a reading and that reading, I'll be like, oh, people are going to hate this. It's going to suck. And then that's the reading that like does so well. And everybody's like, thank you so much for this. Like, I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, you know, my ego needs checked. It doesn't know what a good thing is. That's why I have to rely so heavily on spirits. I just don't know. So, okay. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that everybody feels good about it. Maybe not everybody, but yeah. Okay. These readings are rough. Thanks for softening. Okay. I'm glad. Yeah. It's also interesting to hear that it doesn't come natural to you. No, my God, no. No, I am a recovering doormat, 100%. You filter it well, Jess. I can tell you consider it necessary. It's true. It's best said by you. And it always seems to be yes when you speak. Oh my gosh. I love the reference to the four gates. You know, like, is it true? Is it best said by me? Yeah. The topic's tough. You're great. Yeah. This was really great. Oh my God, no. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. There's great energy in the chat. There is. You know what? That's another thing that only sticking by the truth will get you. Great energy around you. Even if it's a small group. Like, we're kind of a small niche group here on the internet. I'm fine with that. But the energy in here is really good. It really is. The group that I have around me, which is all of you guys, like, you can't put a price on it. It's like invaluable to just have solid, like, good energy around you. Be, exist, grow. Thank you so much for the $4.99. I love your name. Yeah. So I may not do readings for myself, but I always get the archetypes. Yes. So thank you guys for making this a pleasant pocket of good energy on the internet. That's the thing too, is like, you really only get good energy though by like having people that are willing to do the work. And I think that was a big message in the overall reading, is like, you know, sometimes I think it was a Robin Williams quote where he said, the worst thing in life is not to be alone. The worst thing in life is to be surrounded by all the wrong people, so that even when you have people around you, you still feel really alone. And I think that hopefully we're building a little group here where we don't feel so alone. Okay. Come for the coven, stay for the chorus and the cool vibes. Yes. The truth may be an offense, but not a crime. Bob Marley. Yo, I love it. Yeah, Robin Williams drops in. Or I drop his quotes. Yeah. All right. Nice. Enjoy your Chipotle. I will. Okay. Nice. Love has won. Dog watchers. Channel him. Okay. All right. I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on Friday and just for being cool people. And we've got a Patreon reading tomorrow. And then I guess I'll see you guys on Friday. All right. Bye.